Holy Land Lovers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking, and welcome to our final installment of Telltale Games' Wallace and Gromit's Grand Adventures, the Bogeyman. That's right, the fourth chapter is called The Bogeyman. As with all previous chapters, I know nothing before going into it other than the title and the image that is like the sort of cover art, and assuming this is working correctly, which it isn't, obviously, you can see that it's very clearly golf related, but it's sort of a pun, on Boogeyman. So I imagine something scary happens at a golf course, but because it's an adventure game, we're like for sure gonna cheat at golf. Like, you better believe we're gonna cheat at golf. And that's about all I got there. One thing I honestly wanted to talk about it yesterday, but I feel like it makes more sense to talk about it today. Um, I had Monday off for President's Day, which is the darkest of dark comedies. And I used that time, or some fraction of that time, to go back and watch the old Wallace and Gromit shorts and the new one, Vengeance Most Foul. Uh, and I was not able to watch Curse of the Were-Rabbit again because I didn't want to pay Amazon a rental fee to do that. That just seemed annoying. But I was really shocked because, I was familiar with Grand Day Out, The Wrong Trousers, and Close Shave. But like the collection of Wallace and Gromit shorts they had that were like the Wallace and Gromit classics included a fourth short from 2010 I'd never heard of, which is called Loaf and Death. And I've straight up never heard of it. It's pretty good. I'd put it like about on par with Close Shave, I guess. It's in the ballpark. It's been a while since I saw Curse the Were-Rabbit. I think Curse the Were-Rabbit came out when I was in college, and I remember like liking it and not loving it. It had some of the silliness I liked, but the plot didn't seem super extremely memorable. I don't know if I would like it more or less now, but we'll never know, or at least we won't know in time for tonight's stream because I was not willing to pay an additional rental fee for a service that I was already paying money to like watch videos. It was just such a terrible age for media. It's so stupid. Never heard of Loaf and Death either. That makes me feel a little better. I was like, am I insane? Like, I feel like I hadn't heard anything about Loaf and Death. It introduces an absolutely precious animal character that I don't want to like spoil anything about. But like, oh my God, like I have such emotional connection to this creature. I'm so sad that, as far as I know, they've never appeared again. Um, but like, yeah, I don't know. I will say, I felt like Vengeance Most Foul, the new one. It was good. It felt like it was missing something. It had a lot of great like nods to like older shorts, and like the characters all felt right. It just I can't explain it. It felt like something was missing. Like, I was really stoked in the first like act, and the second act was fine, and then by the end I was like, I don't know what. There's some intangible thing that I feel like was lacking. It had I mean, there's plenty of good jokes in it. I think my favorite one is one that was also featured in the trailer that they put on Netflix, of a particular character trying to solve a captcha that I won't spoil, but that should give you enough to know the thing I thought was really cheeky and clever. Um, and he says that they've been playing through Trails through Daybreak 3 and made it to Act 3, and I'm starting to understand why people don't like it. They're using time travel and straight up ignoring paradoxes. That's not a good sign. That's some like bad Uchikoshi writing. Speaking of, someone, I want to say Angel, linked in the Streamback channel in the Discord the like trailer for what is it called? Like the 100 Day Wall Club or whatever? The 100 Day Barrier Faction is some new like hybrid visual novel thing that Uchikoshi and the guy whose name I don't remember who made Danganronpa worked on together. It's like, as far as I know, it's their second collaboration following World's End Club, which is inherently concerning. And Neko, who fired that one off, you're gonna love the thing that I read after that, which is that the 100 Day Fiance Club or what, I don't know what it's called. It has some name that's like very Japanese but not somehow memorable to me. It allegedly has the longest word count of any game that the Danganronpa guys ever worked on, which would mean that it's necessarily longer than Raincode. 100 line Last Defense Academy. That might as well be true. There's like an 80% chance that's correct just by the cadence and the fact that it has 100 in the title. But like, oof, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, it's like I said on the Discord, like if that's what the people want to see, I will definitely subject myself to it. I'm not sure if people are going to be up for that. It appears to have Daddy like does not approve. It appears to have like tactical RPG elements to it, so at least there's like something like mechanically coherent and visually interesting beyond like walking the endless halls of the Raincode mystery labyrinths. But like, I mean, the last collaboration between them we saw was World's End Club, which was awful. It was very not good. And then Raincode was shorter, allegedly, and also not good. And I'm pretty sure the Danganronpa guy has lead on this. Only indications are that it's probably like more his creative direction. And he's the guy who gave us Raincode most recently. Had they greenlight another game together? I don't know, man. I mean, they're Uchikoshi in particular, I think, is at a weird place. I think the other guy, whose name I should really look up, like I think he's in a better place in the profession because, like, I don't know. I think that like the Zero Escape games were well received in the West and not particularly well liked in Japan, as I understand it. I don't think they were like a complete flop there, but they were like way more successful outside of Japan. I think the Somnium Files games are like a lot more successful in Japan, and like the diehards who are just like fanboys for Uchikoshi sort of stand them, even though they, out of two, have ranged from like fine but like underwhelming to actual garbage. But like, you know, Danganronpa's had more like spin-offs and stuff, and I think most of those are well received. I haven't followed it closely because I feel like those games are probably like highly spoilable, and I only know what happens in the first one. But like I feel like generally his track record is better. Also, the 100 Yard Club Guns Edition, it absolutely just looks like Danganronpa. Like it just looks like Danganronpa that like takes like lunch breaks to become a tactical RPG. Is that a good idea? It could be. Like that could be fine. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like it's going to bring to the table the things that Uchikoshi's done that I've liked. But then again, Uchikoshi doesn't seem to want to do that for his own games these days. But like there's legitimately the possibility it just could be good. It's just that we've reached a point where we've like trod through enough mud trying to follow these two Japanese creatives who are trying to like do interesting things with visual novels that like it's no longer like assumed benefit of the doubt, I think is where I'm at. Like, it may just require a little more patience and looking into it and not going into it fully blind or something. But like, again, I think if the support was just there and people wanted to see it, that we've got all the way through to the end of Raincoat, and I think a lot of people, whether they'd caught to it or not, reached a point where they just wanted to keep watching the train wreck. Like, there were people who don't necessarily tune in every week who were like showing up regularly, even though they didn't have all of the context of like the full story of Raincoat, and they would still keep watching it. How did my side go? It was all right. I did not love it. I didn't beat it. It doesn't seem like a single stream length game, even if you like really blitzed it and like just read everything in your head or whatever. I don't know. We had some discussion of it last night. I feel like I've heard a lot of things that make it sound like it's a really like fresh, creative, sort of subversive game that's like doing, it says it's one genre, but it's a twist. But like I mostly just felt like it was someone who wanted to make a game about video games who didn't understand how video games worked in a mechanical sense and wasn't dialed into like gaming culture. And so they just sort of like worked together with someone who wanted to make like a generic horror game. Like it really just feels like if you take off the absolutely superficial trappings of the dating simulator, it's just like a stock standard horror game. Like generic horror games already like to play with genre conventions. It wasn't just like if we got locked into the horror route. It's not I can't stress enough that the dating sim thing like is very superficial. Like I thought it would be like you do the dating sim and like stuff happens and it's spooky, which is like a little bit like what Doki Doki Literature Club is. But like what it really is like dating sim for like 25 minutes and then it's just a horror game. And I don't really like just horror games. Like their mechanics just aren't fun to me. Like I don't really get like scared by them. It's not like, tech really despises the jump scares and stuff. But like I just I don't tend to enjoy sections of the game where you're just like chased by something and you have no ability to like do anything interesting, or you just have to walk really slowly or like avoid things in the dark. Like all of those things are things I just don't find fun. And like it was like tapping into like a lot of those things. And after a while, I was sort of like, I am like weary of just playing a horror game. It's not a thing I would. If you just like showed me a horror game where like people like this very traditional horror game, I'd be like, that's great for them. I'm not playing that. The dating sim is planned for the future. It's another mode. That makes no sense to me. What's the purpose of doing that? Like at this point, they've already like undermined any. That baffles me completely. We made a game that like hinges on like subverting something that doesn't exist, and we'll make that thing very earnestly later. Like, what? Like I don't know what that means. It's very confusing. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's one of these days the transition will work correctly. Let's focus on what's good and ahead of us, which is Wallace and Gromit in The Bogeyman. I'm gonna get out of this menu because it's needlessly loud. It always is. Hey, how about we play the tutorial for old time's sake? No, let's not do that and say that we didn't, because we didn't. I think the volume is the same as previous. Oh, that's right. We ended the last one accidentally proposing to miss something flit. Let me know if the audio's off. For some reason, it felt like the settings are different, but I followed all the notes I did for all the other three, and they were all fine. Okay, the physics of that newspaper standing up there are troubling. Yeah, there's gonna be some golf. That's pretty much all I got. And I assume there's gonna be cheating in golf, because we're playing an adventure game. And, Telltale likes to lean into those tropes of the adventure game, at least. Now, Gromit looked especially bored there. Can I have the eavesdropper? It's implied I put that in my dog inventory. I don't know why I start with these things, but why not? Zoop! Let's not forget that the introductory part to all of the Wallace and Gromit games so far has been the worst part. So we might have a rough, like, 15 minutes or something, and then we'll be fine.
Last thing, it's given me terrible dreams. Last night, I dreamt I'd accidentally become engaged to our neighbor, Miss...
That wasn't the cheese, my buddy.
Can you imagine?
I genuinely continue to be impressed by the degree to which Telltale captured the essence of Gromit. I don't think it's that easy to do. It's a nightmare? Jeez.
At the fair, I found that lug nut and she thought it was a... Oh my kitty aunt. Talk about matrimonial misunderstandings. You've got to do something, Gromit.
Hey, Tubas? Hey, could you back away from the mic, Tubas?
Do something. I must go and speak to Miss Flit at once. Apologize and explain it was all a terrible mistake. I'm sure Miss Flit will understand.
Oh, that's interesting.
She'll probably be relieved when she learns I wasn't proposing marriage after all.
Who would want to be married to me?
Well, I suppose there's nothing for it but to, Oh,
no, not what I was expecting at the door.
Yes? Morning, Wallace. I've come about a professional matter of the utmost delicacy and secrecy.
You have? Oh, wonderful. Step into my consulting room and tell me all about it.
Anything to put off the thing I don't want to do.
Tied up for a while, Gromit, on business. Why don't you go and put your ear to the ground and find out how the land lies next door?
Weird set of instruction. Yeah, I was only half paying attention, but I feel like he implied that, like, marrying the neighbor was, like, his nightmare. I mean, it was like his nightmare in the sense that he dreamed that that was true and wanted it not to be true. It just, I don't know, it feels like there's a intended or unintended dig in there that's pretty harsh. Like a harsh dig. You dig?
Great Aunt Prudence, you came so quickly.
Oh dear.
Of course, Felicity. An urgent summons from one's only living relative and heir to one's fortune can mean only one thing. Man trouble. Now, who is the blighter this time? I'll box his ears if he's been toying with your affections.
Oh, no trouble as such, Aunt Prudence. But, well, there has been an important development on the matrimonial front, which... Pardon me, Aunt Prudence. I think I spy an ugly little intruder. I positively loathe fungi. Come, let's go inside for a cup of tea.
Have you chamomile, child? Man trouble always makes me hackles rise and my petticoats fluster.
Should probably get that looked at. Why is there like a bell attached to this? Eating tray. Why? It says Wallace is right. She's the worst. How dare she hate fungi? I mean, I don't really know how to answer that, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go ahead and eavesdrop.
In his spare time, he likes to tinker a little.
Tinker?
Yes, inventions and such like.
It's not really his free time. He's tries to do it like professionally.
You'll obviously have to put a stop to the inventing. Certainly not in the house. Can't be tolerated.
Oh no. Far too messy and intrusive.
Well, I think you've told me all I need to hear.
And so?
So long as he doesn't leave his contraptions lying around all over the house, he sounds very suitable.
It's literally the only thing you've heard about
Our
it.
engagement has your blessing?
I don't see why not. Unless...
Oh,
Yes?
how do we
unless,
exploit
of
this?
course, well, he's not a member of that place, is he? That appalling country club whose name alone makes me shudder.
You mean Prickly Thicket?
Oh.
Yes! Oh! Heavens, child, you know our family history. We Flits have never associated with those
So we have to like
dreadful
win a
prickly
golf tournament
thickets.
at this country club to like
Needn't worry, Aunt Prudence.
gain entrance or
Wallace is the
something?
Prickly Thicket type.
Not sure how we plan to communicate this back to Wallace. That's a fairly complicated one. Am I going to town? Guess I'll go to town.
Morning, Mr. Panea.
Constable Dibbins. Delivering the mail as well this morning?
Aye, Posty's off sick. He's got the mumps and I've got the hump.
Sorry to hear that.
Everything about that sentence is
Mail must
upsetting.
be delivered, and PC Ernest Dibbins has never.
That's a bad
shirked from
sentence.
Duty, even when such duties aren't even part of his blinking job description. Here's your post.
Ah,
Here's your post covered in mumps.
Help but notice the coat of arms, Mr. Panea. A prickly thicket, isn't it?
happen?
So, you remember then?
Hmm? Oh, aye. Practically me second home.
Is it now? That's a very interesting coincidence. I was just saying to myself the other day, Ernest Dibbins, it's time you joined.
Apparently there's someone who lives here named Socks the Chemist.
Excuse me,
That
Constable.
sounds like a Sonic the Hedgehog character.
What are you staring at? Get along now.
I would like that empty envelope with the golf sigil on it, please.
Back off. Caught him trying to nick your letter. The important one from Prickly Thicket.
Oh, that's only the envelope. I've got the letter here.
Not bad news, I trust.
Oh, no.
Are you so
Quite the
concerned?
reverse. It's my turn to propose a new member.
Is it really?
Ooh.
Well, I never.
Ooh.
Heavy responsibility. Not everyone's cut out to be a prickly thicketer. The candidate must be a gentleman
probably
of
true.
impeccable character. Someone who's always there for a friend in need. A pillar of the community. And, of course, a sportsman. Going to be a long search.
Not necessarily. I mean, the ideal candidate might be somebody who's very close to you.
The dog?
Oh?
Aye, somebody who's right in front of your nose. In
Gromit the dog?
Ah, yes, of course. You mean Mr. Wallace, my near neighbor and one of my best
That is
customers.
exactly what he was saying.
He's no blinking sportsman. He don't know one end of a golf club from t'other.
Well, that's true.
And he's hardly a pillar of the community, like
Now hang on, I've done a lot of good for the community, like, after I ruined it
my
first, of
dear
course.
Mr. Panea, who watches over this town centre like a shepherd watches his flock.
Gromit the
Who
dog?
sees to it that everybody stays on the straight and narrow.
I think he's still talking about the dog.
But don't forget, you forgot to find me after that business with the bad bangers last month.
Only on account of me soft heart. It's me only failing. But don't start getting ideas. I'll let you off with a warning once, but just once.
Of course, Constable.
Now, you better start getting these crates put away. They're blocking a public thoroughfare.
Oh dear. Not
Super
more
sticky
crates.
nut butter is...
Good day, Mr. Panea. I'll leave
It's a
you
strong
to,
box label.
think things out. Out of me way, you.
No, it probably could have been a single cutscene, but... Oh, wait, where'd the letter go? It seemed like I was gonna get away with that, but it's neither in my inventory nor where it was a
Don't
second ago.
suppose you could use a few crates of super sticky nut butter, can you? I ordered 5 tubs, but the daft hayperth at warehouse put me down for 500. How am I supposed to shift 500 tubs of super sticky nut butter? Wait a minute.
Sell them at the
Please go to
club?
your master. Free sample, courtesy of Paneer's Produce. If you don't like it, you can always use it to fill in cracks before decorating.
You really hate to see the sticky nut butter in your cracks, you know? That's not my first choice for that.
Closed by order of the law, and all on account of a teeny tiny mouse. Oof, ridiculous, really. But you know Constable Dibbins. He'll let a lot of things go, but he's a stickler when it comes to vermin.
Who? What? She wasn't anywhere nearby. It's strange for her to chime in on that. So the inn is closed because of mice? That feels weird.
Hey up, Gromit!
Hey up.
I couldn't help noticing that little item in the society section. The one about your master and Miss Flint.
Yeah, about that.
It's true then. Been keeping it a secret, those sly devils.
I think it all started with her new look. Anything else, or are we good?
Sure and give Wallace my felicitations. The sly
Why did she do like a screwing her head in gesture? I don't know why that's so funny to me.
It's you. Looking for a policeman or a postman? I'm doing double duty.
Oh, Constable Dibbins goes both ways. That's good to know.
Today?
Hey,
Who's in the jail?
You're the mutt what's responsible for my incarceration, aren't you?
How are you seeing me from wherever you are?
Come here. I've got a little present for you.
If it's sticky nut butter, I've already got plenty. Surprisingly little going on in town, really. I like that there's just so much that he just endlessly loops bringing it into the store. Don't suppose... mailbox, huh? This feels like it could be relevant today, with the sort of post office subplot. But nothing just yet. Unless I want to commit, like, is it still a felony to tamper with the mail in the UK? I don't know. I don't know how the legal system works there. Snoozy Chalk! Snoozy Chalk! Because I went back and watched the shorts, I understand that reference. Although, wait a minute. Isn't Snoozy Chalk in the most recent one? That's weird. I'm being stupid. I guess it's time to talk to Wallace.
Now, have you got
I'm sure
all
I have the
you need
wrench.
to get-
No answers yet in the flit case, Gromit. You may want to use some of my equipment.
No, I
That's
actually
right.
came to bring you
Put
nut
the
butter.
thumb screws on her. Ah, yes, I've just remembered.
Oh, can I have the newspaper?
Yes, something that means a great deal to me.
Go on.
Not just me, but to all of us. It's
Seemed really
terribly
ominous
important.
about that
It
newspaper.
is?
This is a matter of the utmost importance, Wallace, or I wouldn't have come.
I appreciate
Bakelite!
my skills, Major.
Faith has nothing to do with it.
Yes, I think it probably
Facts
would have
are
been a
what
good
we-
idea to watch the shorts
I
before
suppose
going
we
through
can
these.
start hunting for
Look at all these
clues
references.
With my super clue snooper.
Capital idea.
Still. So, what have you lost?
An object. Precisely.
That's weird. Consulting room scissors. Do you think those function differently than bathroom scissors? What is this? It says clue finder. What do I expect the clue finder to do, finder? They were very careful about framing this shot so that you can't see the hallway door or go to the stairs or go downstairs. You surprised Auntie Muzzled didn't get eaten by the demon dogs? I mean, maybe they finally got let out for bad behavior? Still think scissors are probably more sanitary. Yeah, but there's really no way to know. I mean, it occurs to me that this will probably lure in the squirrel. I don't know what that does for me. Bucket of squirrel. Yeah, I guess I could have guessed that. Why do I want a bucket of squirrel? I want a bucket of squirrel because the constable doesn't like vermin. So I put the squirrel in the mail? The snack for later on. No, that sounds wrong. I don't understand this gizmo, although I look forward to doing so. A really strange collection of items. Can I eavesdrop on anyone here? Is that something?
No, Mother. Not Icky Cricket. Prickly Thicket. A country club. Your Ernies may soon be joining a country club. What do you think of that?
I'm guessing if I just stand various places... Oh no, this is still the police station.
Well, of course they want me, Mother.
Do you happen to want, squirrel butter?
Much obliged, Pat, but Mr. Paneer already gave me my free sample.
I have, like, a mean-spirited adventure game sociopath idea. Yeah? That seems to be what it wanted me to do.
Really leave these crates in the street all day.
Ah, my good friend Paneer. Glad to see you're doing your civic duty.
Oh, yes. Wouldn't want to presume on our friendship.
That's why I've always respected you, Mr. Paneer. Never one to take advantage of powerful friends. You know, when push comes to shove, the law must be obeyed.
Honor, duty, and golf. That's the Prickly Thicket motto.
Is it
And
now?
a fine motto it is. A motto I could easily live by if, say, someone were to invite me to join the club.
Say no more, Constable. I've thought it over and...
Thinking heck!
Crikey!
What kind of trick is this?
Trick? No trick. Just a little mix-up. Optical illusion. If you'll just turn the other way for a moment, I'll...
Turn the other way? I am an officer of the law, Mr.
I'm
Paneer.
increasingly convinced that this man doesn't really understand the law. Now, granted, I'm not a citizen of the UK, and as stated previously,
Vermin trumps friendship.
I'm not
every
privy to,
time.
like, all their laws, but, like, I don't think...
Oh, that's how it's going to be, is it?
I mean, on the bright side, I feel like he's less inclined to pick him to be a cricket guy.
Where'd you come from? I weren't really thinking straight when I said your master might be Prickly Thicket material. He's a right good bloke, your Wallace. But, like the PC says, if he's a sportsman, I'm a banana.
Got it. So we turn Paneer into a banana and it all works out. That seems like the easiest way to do this. Can I... No, so anywhere in the town
Don't be
square.
like that, Mother.
We'll do
I
this.
didn't mean to raise my voice to you. It's just I thought you'd react different to me news. My news about Prickly Thicket.
The way he's emphasizing words makes me think that we should, like, record him for some reason. Demotion says, I feel sorry for Paneer. He works so hard and keeps getting messed over by Wallace and Gromit. I mean, it's not entirely our fault, but like I agree with you that I feel like if I were to pick one character who was like primarily a victim of our shenanigans, it'd be this guy, and he seems all right. He seems like an okay guy. I have a surprising amount of inventory items and very limited idea of what I should do with them. Clues? I have no concept of what this device does. So it won't let me stand on... Like in the past, we've been able to use the pond as like a shortcut to go down under certain circumstances. I just don't feel like I've encountered anything that the wrench is useful for, nor the scissors. And I'd have to somehow make Wallace seem like a sportsman. I mean, there's not like a ton to do in the house. And like going into the one room I can go to in the house triggers like an endless dialogue loop, which is a little tiresome.
Well, that no answers yet in the flit case, Gromit. You may want to use some of my equipment.
That's right. Put the thumb screws on her.
Although we at Golden Retrieval believe the customer is always right, we may find it a little... You mind, Gromit? I'm in consultation.
I can identify the object perfectly well.
Oh, excellent.
And I shall identify it as soon as you fellas find it and bring it to me.
It's not gonna be an easy...
Oh, we changed the painting.
Way, Major. What do you
oh, that's
think of the
fun.
new painting?
Why, it's very... By George, it's a masterpiece. But I won't stand for any monkey business if you don't bring me the genuine article. Sniper fire!
Merely porridge, Major Crumb. Carry on. Gromit, please.
Please keep shooting the porridge cannon.
Registered and certified.
Then you're precisely the men I need for the job.
And I hope we can be of service.
Oh, you can. But you'll need to be discreet. Tread softly. Found it, have you?
I can't put Gromit on the case until I've got all the relevant information. No answers yet in the case, Gromit.
That's right. Put the thumb screw. And if they put the thumb screws on you, Wallace...
Oh, Gromit and I would never divulge a professional secret.
Good man. Now, have you got all you need to get started?
Not quite everything.
Dash it, what more can I tell you?
This object you've lost.
Lost something? Who has? Ah, yes, I just remembered.
Oh, you have.
Yes, something that means a great deal to me.
I don't think even if I stay here for like ever, I'm gonna get that information. It either comes up later or is a red herring. He's looking for a thumb screw. I guess it's possible. He does say that word a surprising amount. Wrench? Scissors? Is there perhaps more information?
Being next door neighbours means the parlour will be twice as large once we knock the wall down, and I'll be able to do all my repotting in the cellar.
I thought you said he did his inventing in the cellar.
Not for much longer. I'll soon get him started on another hobby. I was thinking geraniums.
So long as it's not golf, you'll have my blessing.
Oh, Aunt Prudence, Wallace really isn't the outdoorsy type. There's no chance of him joining that country club and becoming a prickly thicketer.
I should hope not. No relative of mine will ever marry a prickly...
See, again, I feel like if we did have the ability to communicate verbally, which obviously we don't, like, we kind of have enough information to report back to Wallace, but the game's like, nah, somehow you need to solve this problem more. Even though the problem seems to be like, get him good at golf. I like that he's not making any effort to get rid of the squirrel. This is just his lot in life.
Wallace on a golf course? He wouldn't know his mashie from his niblick.
I'm not sure you can say those things on...
It's a golf club. Like a brassy. Or is it a baffy? Or a biffy?
Started with a golf club when you woke Wallace up. Oh. No? I mean, you've seen the room I can go in. Did you see the golf club in there? I did not. It was the room where Gromit was doing his golf, yes. But it's not in my inventory and I don't see it in that room. I don't... It's weird. I don't actually have the ability to interact, so I don't know why that's like a repeatable animation.
Hey up, Gromit! And Mr. Muzzle seemed like such a nice man. Whoever would have thought he'd turn out
I was hoping you can go in other rooms. No, we definitely would be doing that if we could. As I pointed out, the camera's very precisely placed so that you may not go in any room other than the one where Wallace and Colonel Mustard are talking ad nauseum. Which, like, I respect on a game design, like, narrowing the field level, but, like, because I really don't know what to be doing right now, it's a touch frustrating.
That little item in the society.
Same loop. Maybe...
Pleasant accommodations so far as jail cells go. Pillows could be a bit plumper, but I ain't complaining.
You spelled jail in the, Elden Ring way. I think there are only 3 environments I can use the Who Finder in, and it has reacted to none of them. You know, we're in, like, a tight spot here, because, like, I understand broadly what the goal should be, but I don't see an outlet to, like, accomplish anything there. Does messing with this do something now that the squirrel's gone? No, you can't do that. What can I even... If I just throw a wrench at her... If she can dodge a wrench, she can dodge a ball. I don't know how that's relevant, but I understand it to be true. It's a surprisingly destructive sounding sound effect. I'm as stuck as I think I've been in any of these Wallace and Gromit games. Like, what am I missing? There are, I believe, no interactable items here in the hallway. I cannot go up the stairs. I cannot go right to where that door is, and it has no hitbox. I cannot get any closer to the camera where the kitchen and the cellar stairs are. Can I eavesdrop from here?
To be discreet, tread softly. Ears peeled, eyes open. Don't let critical intelligence fall into the wrong hands.
Oh, others are looking for this, object?
That's just so annoying. Just tell me what it is. I don't think there's anything here.
Oh, although we had golden retrieval, no answers yet.
Oh, you're
That's
killing
right.
me.
Put the thumb screws on. I can identify the object perfectly well.
Oh, excellent.
And I shall identify it as soon as you fellas find it and bring it to me.
It's not gonna be an easy job.
No, it isn't. It's going to be deuced difficult. That's why my colleagues and I are turning to you. We only work with the best.
Oh, well, very kind of you to say so.
But I won't stand
Can I
for any
disassemble this and
monkey
make
business.
porridge?
If you don't bring me the genuine article, I'll know in an instant.
No, what?
That's what I need you to find out. You and that
Use
bloodhound of
scissors.
yours. You're detectives, aren't you? Aha! You found it. Wait. No, that's not it. But you need to be discreet. Tread softly. Ears peeled.
French?
Aha! You found it. Wait. No, that's not it. And if they put the thumb screws on you, Wallace...
It's not gonna be an easy job.
I like that it lets me do this. I don't know why it lets me do this.
That's why my
Welcome to the
colleagues
stream,
and I are
Arcadius, and thank you for the
turning to
90-month
We
resub.
work
Wow,
with
those are some
the
big numbers.
Oh, well, very kind of you to say so.
Now, have you got all you need to get started?
Not quite everything.
Dash it, what more can I tell you?
Maybe he's looking for sticky nut butter, but we don't have sticky nut butter anymore because we used it to put a squirrel in the store. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. Talk to the guy upstairs?
It's good to have young'uns about flat again.
Oh, that's right, the dogs are with them now. I forgot this. The eavesdropper only listens to the stupid constable, and he doesn't say anything interesting, and the clue finder doesn't work anywhere. And I don't know why I have scissors or a wrench.
Hey up, Gromit!
Scissors. Wrench. Clues. Yeah, I mean, this chapter would definitely be made better by more presence of Gromit's dog friends.
I'm running out of room in my shop. What am I going to do with all this nut butter? I'm prepared to give your master a very good price on nut butter if he buys in quantity.
The sign in the store says, "Special, super sticky nut butter. Please take for heaven's sake."
No, Mother, not icky
Yeah,
cricket.
this is fully looped back around. I gotta throw... Hang on. Can I take these newspapers? Is this something?
Oh, it's all over tip papers this morning. How Monty Muzzle's fundraising fun fair was a big fake, and how a certain ice cream vendor and his dog brung him to
Vendor.
justice.
Put scissors in mail. Put wrench in mail.
Oi! No tampering with Her Majesty's post
Did I not already
boxes.
try that? I feel as though I already tried it. Didn't work anyway, though. Like, even if I could, what would I do with that? Oh, I'm so insane. I have just truly no idea what the game wants right now. None at all. Like conceptually, I broadly understand that I have to make Wallace appealing to be a member of the Sticky Thicket Country Club in order to not be appealing to the neighbor woman. But like I feel like I'm like 10 steps away from doing anything productive. And none of the things I have seem to like help make any kind of progress. I can't like call to distract the constable. I don't know that. I gotta make sure I've like eavesdropped on every possible thing with the neighbor. I could use some snoozy chalk, bro.
I must say, Aunt Prudence, I still don't understand your antipathy towards Prickly Thicket.
You don't need to understand it, my girl. Just accept it. We Flits have
That's an
known
Act 3
towards
problem.
Prickly Thicketers for generations.
Well, far be it from me to break a family tradition.
Don't be flippant, Felicity. If I discover your intended is a...
Oh, you needn't worry on that score. There's no possibility that Wallace is a member of Prickly Thicket. Believe me.
And this Wallace of yours, you're quite sure he's entirely unconnected to that horrible club?
Quite sure, Aunt Prudence. Wallace couldn't possibly...
We've clarified this point to a genuinely preposterous degree.
Of course, being next-door neighbours means the parlour will be twice as large once we...
I thought...
Okay, we've definitely hit a loop
So long as
point.
it's not...
Oh, Aunt Prudence.
I should...
Demotion, tell me what screen to go to. Give me a location. Here. That's a bad sign. Use everything on everything. Use scissors as knife. Solve neighbor. You swap to Wallace? Not as far as I know. No game has ever given me that option before. I don't see like a new interface or like a tutorial to do so all of a sudden. Hey Sniper Jess, welcome to the stream.
I can identify the object.
No answers yet in the...
This makes me so upset. This thing where like I walk into this room and he just tells me to use his equipment and like there's just it doesn't do it. Like I can't get more information than I have, but I can't use any of the information that I have.
We only work with
The news. Oh, cut the newspaper.
Very kind of you to say so.
But I won't stand for any monkey business. If you don't bring me the genuine article, I'll know in an instant.
No, what?
That's what I need you to find out.
Why
You...
would I need that? That's like that. I.
Keep your master's picture on you, do you? You're a sentimental dog, you are.
I know. I'll mail a photo of Wallace for some reason. Still have those scissors though. Like, I could imagine a world where I feel like I'm, like, insane and doing the puzzle from Gabriel Knight 3 or whatever. The extremely bad, like, alter the picture and then make yourself look like the picture instead of just making yourself look like the picture. So, like, I need to, like, make the photo look like he has a golf club, but, like, I don't have, like, a pencil.
Hey up, Gromit! Ooh, that's from today's Idle Chatter column, isn't it? Corker of a picture.
Give me a
Very
pencil.
busy today, Gromit. Go pester somebody else.
I feel like I'm gonna spend like an hour doing this, and then everything else in the entire game will make sense, but this is making me insane. I just, like, I don't get what they're going for at all. I'm not gonna like the next part. That's clear. If I was gonna like the next part, I'd be doing it already. Like, whatever is next is gonna be similarly stupid to randomly decide to cut photo out of the newspaper instead of actually solving my problem, which seems like a much more obvious way of going about doing whatever I'm doing right now. I, like, somehow need to make it look like golf. Can I, like... Today is not football. How's it going, Project Dios? I know. I'll throw it away because it's garbage. I'll see it. Will I see it? Like, if I would see it. I don't have any idea.
Well, that no one.
Oh my, just stop it. I absolutely need to stop it. This is so unhelpful.
We believe the customer is always right. We may find it a little tricky to
Look, it's you.
yes, the situation with Miss Flit. Have you resolved the case?
You've solved my case?
Not yours, Major. You were saying?
I can identify the object perfectly well.
Oh,
Is your object Wallace?
The resemblance is uncanny.
it's not gonna be an easy job.
No, it isn't. Aha! You found it! Wait, but I won't stand for any...
No one there appears to have a golf club.
Detectives, aren't you?
But I'm still gonna try and cut it.
Registered and certified.
Then you're
What if I
precisely
cut
men
the
I
bread?
need for the job.
What
And
if I
hope we can
cut
be of
the
service.
cheese?
Oh,
She
you
doesn't even have a
can, you can.
hitbox.
But you need to be discreet. Tread softly. Ears peeled, eyes open.
Oh,
Oh, yes, always.
really?
Managed to frustrate them all so far. No one can squeeze.
That's true. You
intelligence out
have
of
managed to
Trump.
frustrate me so far. Just tell me what it is. At this point, I don't have the confidence that you do that I will find this. Newsstand? In what way?
Hey up, Gromit!
Oh no.
Ooh, careful with that. It's my last one, and it's reserved for Mr. Paneer.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What is that?
In a right grumpy mood today, isn't he?
And I thought we were mates.
That's
Most
nothing.
invited him to join
Are
the
you
conflict club I
joking?
did.
Oh, well, you've saved yourself a lot of regrets. Here, this ought to soften
You
the
couldn't even
blow.
do. You couldn't even like hang that from the top where it's like actually visible. Like that's not even a good puzzle.
Supposed to be an in-depth feature on the merits of natural rubber grips versus synthetic. Hello.
Also, not remotely convincing. Incidentally.
Is that who I think it is?
Well, I'll be. That's our Wallace.
Hey,
that
Critwitch,
is.
welcome.
Look
Welcome to the
who's
stream.
here.
I'm hoping we've hit our turning point because that puzzle was awful,
Always a man of mystery and no.
and I
mistake.
don't think we'll sink lower than that.
What you thinking, Pet?
Constable Dibbins, this is a pleasant surprise. What brings you to,
Here, package for you.
What a friendly chap.
What do you suppose this is about? It's from Prickly Thicket. Well, I never. They're inviting me to become a member. And they've even enclosed the club's official tank top. Imagine that, lad. A country club. Ho ho! We're going up in the world, eh, Gromit?
I like that it's a tank top so it can just fit over exactly, so he can still have his sleeves look the same.
Miss Flit.
Please, Wallace, you needn't be so
She's gonna flit herself when she sees this.
Not after yesterday. Call me Felicity.
Yes. About yesterday.
I did leave you hanging in suspense, rather, didn't I? Naughty me.
In what way?
But I
She
didn't
said
have an
yes.
answer for you now.
Didn't she say yes? Isn't that why we have an issue in the first place?
I couldn't take a step of this magnitude without first consulting my great aunt Prudence.
I thought she said
And
yes.
you'll be delighted to know.
I guess maybe she just like reacted as though.
Blessing. Isn't that wonderful? Her only caveat, and it's almost too ridiculous to mention, is that she forbids us to marry if you're a member of.
Super low res boob icon.
We reject the sticky wicket. That's a ball of curse.
Oh, of course he's the chairman. That man's gonna murder us at some point in this chapter, right? Holy Cotillion, welcome to the stream.
It's just the ticket. Hurrah! Hurrah for Prickly Thicket.
All appears to be going well. I mean,
Brother
we're
Wallace
here now.
is duly sworn in co-conformance with prickly protocol. Devil if I ken why it had to be Wallace, but what's done's done. Welcome to the club, Wallace. We await
If Colonel Crump or whatever was already here, why did we have to go through that whole charade?
Swing that club, you tube!
Oh, now we're Wallace. Okay.
What's he doing here?
That's illegal.
Stop in the name of the law! I hereby announce that in violation of Municipal Bylaw number 486, as relating to sports and social clubs, use of, this club is to be closed forthwith. Bylaws state, and I quote, every registered golf and country club must be in possession of no fewer than one fully functioning golf course.
Oh, yeah.
That actually does seem like kind of a large deal, to be honest.
Shaky on the upswing, but are you saying that...
We don't actually have a golf course. Not at the moment, anyway.
Had one once. Dashed fine one it was, too.
But the deed was lost.
Somewhere within the walls of this club.
Some little time ago.
Well, luckily, the current conceit is that I'm some kind of detective who specifically finds lost items.
Terrible story.
It's history.
And as of tomorrow morning, Prickly Thicket'll be history too. Enjoy your last day at the club, gentlemen.
Well, there's only one thing for it, I reckon. Like the Booby Bobby said,
Pardon?
let's enjoy our last day at the club.
Capital idea.
Perhaps I can...
I sure hope he means the golf club.
I still need to work on me cushion technique.
Pardon me, but PC Dibbins is going to shut Prickly Thicket Golf Club because it hasn't got a golf course.
Incredible cheek.
And it hasn't got a golf course because the deed proving its existence is lost.
Yes.
It's not that we don't own it, it's that we don't believe it exists without a deed.
But to find the deed.
Easier said than done, laddie.
Prickly Thicket...
We've tried nothing and run out of options.
Impossible quest, Wallace.
Impossibilities are our speciality at Golden Retrieval.
Of course. Now I remember. That's what I hired you fellows to find.
You're a useless man.
Prickly Thicket Golf Course.
The clue finder ought to come in handy for finding clues.
Are you absolutely sure about that? Built on the principle of metal detector. Frequency rises in proximity to clues, so all clues are metallic. Understood.
Time to tee off.
I'm pretty teed off after that last puzzle. Okay, what, huh? Auto caddy, huh?
Oh, who am I gonna humiliate today? Wallace, now is it? Is that the best we can do for a challenger? No. Watch how it's done, laddie.
Shouldn't this man, like, actively want to inflict violence on us? He's a bully and we, like, stole his girlfriend accidentally.
Did you see that? Hole in one! A man at biscuit!
That's not really how golf works.
Your turn, Wallace. Unless you want to throw in the towel. Pick a club.
The hooking cleek or the slicing wedge? Gonna go with that cleek, y'all.
It's your turn, so take a shot. You can swing from the laddie's tee right there, or the lassie's tee down there. For you, I'd recommend the lassie's tee. Pick your club and tee off. I haven't got all day.
Surely this is some sort of cheating at sports puzzle. I can't say that that's dramatically different from what he did. I did find a way to cheat, though.
that? By heck, the chairman's missed his shot.
No, I never.
That means we must
The
put him to
rubbish
death.
club what missed it. Well, your turn. Pick a club.
What are the rules of this challenge? Tried real golf once and it was the worst. I'm not sure I've ever really tried real golf
He knocked it
in any
He's tied
capacity.
with Duncan.
Uh-oh. Did you feel that?
What?
Big fan of mini golf.
Play, alas.
Oh, what a pity.
Forecast wrong again.
Everyone back to what you're doing. We'll play again later.
I'm still missing a clue or two.
It was quite the detour. There's a lot of metal objects that don't really seem to be triggering.
What's this? Behold the foolish puppy dog. He keepeth very busy. He seeketh for the silver key, and spinneth till he's dizzy. The hours pass, he stoppeth not, in daytime nor in nighttime. Methinks he'll findeth not his prize, until you see the right time.
Oh crap, it's another analog clock
This is
puzzle.
a riddle and no mistake.
Call that poetry, Wallace.
I think it's a clue, Major Crumb.
It's not metallic, it can't be a clue.
Nearby.
What is this? The Prickly Thicket Handbook.
Careful with that book. It's our greatest treasure. The golfer's path to perfection. Aye, our first chairman spent his whole life devising this system. But now it's lost to history. All that remains of the path is the sixth and final step.
Okay, golfer's path to perfection. Being the unique and foolproof method whereby the adept may attain perfect form in the ancient and mystical game of golf. The greatest discovery of the age bequeathed to a grateful posterity by our beloved chairman, Lord Rory McBiscuit, commended by the sturdy swains of Prickly Thicket, and set forth in a series of 6 easy-to-master lessons. 6. The master's sans youth, sans strength, sans eyes, sans brain, sans teeth, sans everything. The seeker may at last attain the perfect golfer swing. That's not extremely helpful.
If I could just round up all the clues in the vicinity, I could begin to unravel this.
Wow,
mystery.
boy. I am not... This chapter likes to lean really heavily on the, like...
Eureka! A clue!
Like, we will not let you have a moment's rest. The characters will always be talking, and very heavy-handedly so.
Who earned it? The golfer who, without a clue, took up the game and learned it. To hook and slice is never nice unless ye have direction. A book depicts in stages 6 the order of perfection.
That's not helpful.
Now,
Are these clues radioactive? They're meant to be metallic, though. You could be
I can't make a proper start on
forgiven
this
for
till I
thinking it's a
found all the
Geiger
clues.
counter.
Fancy a game then?
Nah, I'm just picking stuff up. I'm sort of a kleptomaniac, doing the whole adventure game situation. Can I open the box?
Oh, the Prickly Thicket anthem always brings a tear to me eye.
I'm still missing a clue or two.
Well, wait. I thought the dog
There's
clue.
bound to be a clue nearby.
Oh boy, that's very tiresome. Stop it, then, dude. He thinks he won't find his prize until you seek the right. Okay, so he will stop and reveal a prize when I put the right time in the clock. Is that the time that's depicted on the paper, or do I need to find like yet another Aether
If
Vortex?
I could just round up all the clues in the vicinity.
Oh my
I could
god.
begin to
Am I the
unravel
only person who
this
finds this
mystery.
very annoying? That like anytime I like open or close my inventory, it's like, boy, it would be great if I had all the clues. Like, no, I understand that. Let me play the game so that I might find the clues.
Could this be a clue? Only the man who has mastered the Ganges and made the impossible shot is worthy to pocket the porcelain key that will slide in the porcelain slot.
So the treasure's in a toilet?
Does that mean the river? Or could it mean...
Could it mean what?
Nothing. Just a silly superstition.
Oh, I promise you I don't know what it is. Please tell me. I'm sure I need to know this later.
Can you help me?
That's a great
decide
idea,
this
Katane. I also think I should
Mr.
find all the
Panea?
clues.
Only the man who has mastered the
Oh god, there's a lot of repetition in reading stuff out loud,
Story
too.
I first heard at my grandmother's knee about a secret golf grip that men have devoted their lives to discovering.
Oh, that's all stuff and nonsense. The Ganges grip is an old wives' tale and nothing more.
I know I ask him about it?
Give it up, man. You're never going to find that deed. Don't you realize prickly thicketers have been after it for more than 300 years?
Yes.
We've collectively spent like 20 minutes looking for it.
I've got.
Pig-headed optimism, you mean?
Okay, so like asking that guy about the grip, it just didn't help at all, huh?
Ganges grip, mister.
You got the wrong fella, Mr. Wallace. It's closely guarded secret, they say.
Oh, it's a load of old phooey. If you listen to him, Wallace, you'll be snookered from the start.
300 years, nobody found a piece of paper. Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if each of these clues have all been hidden in not exactly plain sight the entire time, but, they're certainly around, huh?
Aye, Grandpa Rory had his share of heartaches. What do you think of that, eh?
Oh, lucky shot.
Grandpa, question mark? We've taken some liberties with spelling to make things seem more British in the subtitles.
Oh, I think the pressure
It's a
was
choice.
getting to him.
Aye, that were Grandpa Rory's darkest hour.
Maybe he also secretly a dog man. Unclear. Perhaps he ate the dog fruit.
Clever workmanship.
That there's our brass butler.
Built by Goodman Vittles in 1648.
Well, I'll say this so far. This chapter does not beat Dog Chapter.
May I?
Take a shot, Mr. Wallace. Oh, bad luck.
Was that not what I wanted?
No clues around here.
The trophy cabinet situation feels like weirdly conspicuous still. I didn't realize this was interactable. I don't know what's happening anywhere. I got dumped straight into the clube. Hence, I don't know where to go.
Can't take tea today, lad. Prickly thickets on a bit of a sticky wicket. And only golden retrieval can save the day. Grab our detection kit and let's... What's up, Chuck? Good afternoon, ladies. Is there anything I can do for you?
Wallace!
Is that a no?
Oh dear me.
My grandniece is a tender-hearted girl, Mr. Wallace. She hates to see a man ruin his life.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Mrs.
It's Miss Flit, actually. And I make it a rule never to shake hands with individuals who belong to certain...
We gonna be getting any further insight on that, or no?
Golf is a barbaric practice, Mr. Wallace.
Boy, the
Those
cussing music feels
alternate
especially loud in this one, huh?
Inevitably descend into squalor, destitution, and madness. It's all there in this little booklet.
Save yourself, Wallace!
Give me more clues. Give them to me. Let me just pull the breakfast lever. Darn, I was hoping I would come down the chute and land in some pants. Trousers. Sorry. British.
Oh, that stamp's not been franked. I'll just...
Attend to your guests, Mr. Wallace.
A glass of milk?
Makes a change for the sort of tipple you imbibe at your club, I'll venture. Very good. Drink your milk. At least that's a wholesome activity.
Do you think it will restore his senses, Aunt Prudence?
That's weird.
Always hope.
Like I said, she feels like this game would be a lot shorter if Wallace would just say he doesn't want to marry his crazy neighbor. Yeah, but it is against the spirit of Wallace to simply, like, stand up for himself in a social setting.
Dropped me eavesdropper. Always handy to have a spanner to hand.
Do I imbibe tipple? I don't happen to know if... So the eavesdropper's just gone now? Is that it? It's like Aqua Teen Hunger Force rules. You drop it on the floor and it explodes. All right, we'll keep that in mind for later.
Little chat, Miss Flit. Oh, and a great
Is tipple just beverage or specifically alcoholic?
But, mustache.
Please, try to turn your life around, Wallace.
Why is she so invested in this? She didn't want to marry us before.
Mind attending to our guests?
I was like, I would rather do literally anything. I really don't want to spend any time in the house this go around. I guess I'll go to town center. Every time I see that sign, I really want some snoozy chalk.
How goes your first and last day at your new club?
There's some big gloves you have.
Couldn't you see fit to spare Prickly Thicket, Constable Dibbins?
Nah, I'm a spiteful
the place, ain't you?
PC.
Considering you only got sworn in this morning.
It's only that, well, the club has...
I really need not to get married, you see.
Aye, an history of decline and fall, and blatant discrimination when it comes to new members.
I beg your pardon?
They don't know what they missed out on, passing over a crack.
The constable,
like me. I could have put Prickly Thicket
in contrast to Mr. Paneer, does not seem like a super chill guy.
It wouldn't mean anything to you, Wallace, but plenty of clubs are killed to have a member who knows the Ganges grip.
Oh lord, this guy knows the Ganges grip? That sucks for me. How about some milk, idiot?
Milk, Constable?
You can't buy me off with milk, Wallace.
It's warm, it's been in my pocket for a while. Does that help? Show me how you hold this club.
As a crack golfer, Constable Dibbins, perhaps you could give me a pointer or two. I'm still a bit new to the game and,
Here, give me that. You're holding it all wrong. You've got to... Ah, I see. Very clever.
I take offense to that. I haven't done anything clever in years.
Think you can trick an officer of the law into divulging the Ganges grip, do you?
Maybe I could just pay you in
Since your club's about to
sticky
close,
nut butter.
I'll show you anyway. Now watch closely.
I like how he's like, I'm too smart for that. Just kidding, I'll do it knowing full well.
There ya are. Got that?
I can't trick an officer of the law. That's true, I can't do that. I do know that about myself. Now I'm gonna tamper with the mail. I'm not sure why...
I think not.
Oh, okay. We're not doing that crime yet. Or today, maybe. Oh, hey, the squirrel's gone. And yet the shop remains closed.
Nothing
The grocery
but
door.
nut butter in there. Must be awfully popular stuff.
Well, you got the awful part right. Lots of pies. Would you like 9? Yeah. I can get that guy 9 pies. I like him. Mr. Paneer, of course. Not the constable. Oh, look, more nut butter. Oh my god, her mouth is stuck shut from the sticky nut butter.
Afraid I can't.
Do I still have my scissors?
Make out what you're saying.
Don't be mad at me.
The missus had some of that Mr. Paneer's fancy nut butter. Now she can't open a
I'd expect her husband to be more upset about her savoring another man's nut butter.
Situation that.
I know. Wonder if he's got any more.
It's like that Got Milk commercial. It is apparently like that Got Milk commercial, and fortunately, I do got milk.
There you are, Mrs. Gabberly. This ought to do the trick.
Oh dear, what's wrong, Critwitch? Is there something untoward that's happened?
Talk again.
Now look what you've done, Wallace.
And I'll have a few choice words for you tonight.
Are any of them regarding nut butter? Can I have
I
this?
suppose you want the sticky stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure I could use it to, like, torture someone or something. I have to be a sociopath.
Gabberly. Thanks just the same.
Really? Okay. Any
No
clues?
clues around here.
I'm not sure what it does for me to have helped her talk and got no immediate reward from it.
Can't thank you enough for loosening me lips, love.
There's gotta be a better way to say that.
Mrs. Gabberly.
Oh, it is. Nasty business, that. Oh, thought I'd never speak again.
Aye, it were an impossible dream. While it lasted.
Wait till he gets his nut butter stew tonight.
That doesn't sound like he's gonna dislike that. Unless it's someone else's nut butter. Moving on. I eventually processed the correct source for your joke from yesterday, Cotillion. I meant to say at some point today that I was embarrassed that it took me like 2 hours to be like, right. Fixing up the dollhouse wallpaper. Which is really a direct comment to you and like not something that anyone else on the stream will understand. Why are those people together? I mean, I assume it has something to do with nut butter, but beyond that, I don't know. Your guess is probably as good as mine. I again feel like I'm in a situation where, like, I got a lot of paper. Well, a lot of objects, and none of them seem helpful. Tragedy in 5 verses. Are these somehow the 5 steps to being a good golfer other than the last one, which is, like, get good scrub? Hello? Bueller? 1. The sucker. The soul is sold. Look is weak. I've always longed to do it. The novice makes a hole in one and laughs. There's nothing to it. So there's photo... Yeah, I thought that the photos or the paintings on the wall would be associated with some of these steps. The hacker. The beginner's luck is running out. The going now gets tough. I've flubbed my shot, we hear him shout while thrashing in the rough. The striver. His soul is sold. His will is weak. He empties out his purse. He cries, I'll learn the right technique and beat this golfer's curse. Wait, some of that was like bleeding through to the previous page. Is there a problem there? Boy, I hate that I'm using the mouse cursor that's like not visible on this screen to like toggle pages. This is a very frustrating choice. Oh my god. Yeah, is it just like torn? Like, why is it doing that? It feels like it should not be doing that. Just turn the page. The boaster. His frame is caked with golfing gear. His head is stuffed with lessons. He thinks that those who persevere will someday grasp the essence. The weeper. Alas, too late the golfer finds his efforts have been wasted. He muffs his drive, and now his mind's becoming all unbasted. So... oh my god, navigating these pages is such dog water. Oh my god! Okay, I can apparently use arrow keys. It's horrid. So it's like... swing away from the hole, mad at the grass, read a book, get crunk, rage. I mean, I get the premise of the puzzle. I don't know if I can simply, like, interact with the paintings. I should probably check my... I don't remember which clue it was. The golden key shall only be obtained by him who earned it. The golfer who, without a clue, took up the game and learned it. Token slice is never nice unless you have direction. The book depicts the stage's 6. Okay. So I will get the golden key if I do this right. Now the question is like...
What do you think of that, eh?
Oh, lucky shot.
Lucky? That were biscuit magic, that were.
It's important to baste your mind to keep it from drying out. Yeah, I would say that this week's Severance taught me that lesson too. The trick is that, like, I don't, like, 1000% know in what game, or in what way the game wants me to, like, input in order to these clues.
That wouldn't be very sporty.
Disagree. So it's like middle, left. Is it book and then drunk? I think it's book and then drunk. Yeah, book and then drunk. Thoughts on the current season? It's interesting. I've been having trouble articulating why, but it's resonated with me less than the first one. I mean, I think part of it is because I am just, like, specifically partial to the office setting, and it's been, like, toying around a little bit more with where we spend our time, and it's not all about, like, the goofy, like, surreal office. That's, like, one of my favorite bits. It's not, like, bad. I just, like, I don't know. I might enjoy it more on rewatch. It's a weird show.
Biscuit being elected chairman, I mean.
Oh, honor has nothing to do with it.
We don't hold elections for the chairmanship here, Wallace. We play for it, like men in the chairman's...
Oh, I see.
Oh, and how long has Duncan held the seat?
Ever since he won the chairman's tournament.
Call yourself a detective? You're not paying attention, Wallace.
That's... Do try and keep up, mate! Let me take a look at this again. It's like, yeah.
Either that clock's wrong or I am.
That is kind of how that works, huh?
Do with a bit of tensioning.
Nonsense. Clock's on thicket time, that's all.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
This
Oh,
clock.
what? Am I gonna have to try and...
Clock could do with a bit of minor maintenance.
I guess the wrench?
That ought to do it.
We sure about that?
Do with a bit of minor maintenance. I don't think... Clock could do with it.
Really kind of thought I would just set a time on the busted clock and it would, like, solve the dog puzzle, but no, I guess not. What's this over here?
Automatic golf ball cleaner.
I'm not sure I like the motion it's using to clean that golf ball, to be honest with you. It's a very lewd chapter. All that nut butter.
Warm day for a fire.
The prickly thicket flame burns eternal.
Hitman Club?
Fancy a friendly game of golf?
Can't. Ain't teeing off time yet.
What's this other one do? Does this do something?
What? Tea time already? So it is, so it is.
Tea time or tea time?
Thank you, my good man. Here's something for your efforts.
Did he just tip a robot? Can I have that?
Clever workmanship.
That there's our brass butler.
Built by Goodman Vittles in 1648.
I have to say, I don't think I understand the clock much.
That ought to do it.
I think, I don't know, the game may only care about which bell rings to determine whether it's tea time or tea time.
Tee off. Now, who am I gonna humiliate today? Wallace, now is it? Is that the best we can do for a challenger? No.
I need another
Watch
golf
how
club,
it's
don't
done,
I?
buddy.
I think I'm starting to understand this. So the yellow one hits the center.
How does he do it, you ask? Talent. Sheer talent. Not really cricket.
The
to make
red
you keep
one hits the
playing,
far
Wallace.
left one.
If you're set on it, there are the clubs.
But I need someone to hit the second, the middle left one.
Crimmins, are you daft, man? Swinging a club like that in a game like this? Try it again with a proper iron.
Okay, so maybe it's only the three clubs, but the forward and backward positioning matters.
How many strokes you reckon it'll take him to get off the tee? Show us your best, Wallace. Pick your...
Can I just have all the clubs? That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me... No, I can't have all the clubs. Give me the blue one. It's weird that it says pick your club. Okay, whatever. Give me the blue club. Shoot from close. You're gonna take a weird shot. This will hit far left, right? Oh no, blue one hits far right.
He did it again. He missed another shot.
Something's not right. What's going on? All right then. Which club are you going to use?
I want to use I'm gonna use yellow from close. Yeah, yellow
Look,
just
Wallace
hits
solved it
straight.
again. By Jove, this match is getting interesting.
Oh, bad luck, laddie. Technical difficulties. Game over, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's too bad.
Back to your wee treasure hunt, Wallace. Time to hit the links already.
Like he just like checks the clock that's like open and not functional. Like, good enough. Okay. So he helps out because he hits the center one first, and that's the first one. Then I need to,
Come back
from
for another drubbing, did you?
close
Steady,
range,
my
I need to
boy.
hit left.
Maybe you can learn something.
I think that's correct. And then he'll laugh, and then I need him to do far left, so I have to give him.
I'll hold the pose a while, in case anyone's of a mind to take a wee picture. Your turn, Wallace. Or did you want to give up?
So I need. I need the red one at close range, I think.
Can you do a few practice swings?
We picture this really is a lewd chapter. Yeah, it is. I can't explain it, but it is. So now from back there, he should hit the far left.
Thanks. Oh, my giddy aunt, he's right off his game, he is.
I'm not either. It's an equipment malfunction. The club's clubbed. There now. Try one of those.
And then I need to hit middle right, so I need to switch for the blue club. And then he'll... Yeah, this works. This should work.
Pack a tea, any tea.
But I have to do it from close and then have him do it from far. Yeah, that makes sense. And since I don't hit the center one, I think we get to keep going and he'll probably laugh at me. So that I can switch his club. This is very strangely constructed because, like, they've like ordered this series of steps specifically so you like tamper with it in a specific way. It's like really inelegant, but like it gets the job done. Now I should get the gold key in some capacity.
Back to snooker you in the green baize. And as for you, pick your club and tee off. I haven't got all day.
Wait, what do I do now? Now I hit...
Club's not too heavy for you, is it? Come on now, tee up.
Do I just want the middle now? Like now I have to get a hole in one?
Look, Wallace sunk the ball.
No, he never. It's a trick. He, Crevens.
Crikey.
Oh.
Golden key.
Golden key.
I did, I got the golden key, everyone. I had to improvise a little at the end there. Hey, what's the golden key? I mean, I have it, and that's cool. I'm super glad. But, like, what, oh, I kind of forgot there was this third bell. Is there another way to spell tea?
Tee-hee time, everybody.
Oh, it's tee-hee time!
Anyway. I say. I'm wearing my lucky golf socks today.
Is that a joke?
Lucky golf socks? What the devil are lucky golf socks?
The pair with the hole in one.
A sock with a hole in one.
Nego, I might have taken from some of your comments like this last one, such as this club is the worst, and the previous one that said something like maybe marrying that awful woman wouldn't be so bad after all, that this is your favorite chapter. Don't know how the... You saw a golden lock, you say. There's one, like, kind of in the background, but does it have... Oh, wait. Oh. So the deed is behind this painting. The painting is a safe, but I need to have all 3 keys before it matters. So I still need silver, which is the dog, and porcelain, which I think has to do with the Ganges grip. Only the man who has mastered the Ganges grip and made the impossible shot is worthy of the porcelain key. What is the impossible shot? Is it made from ethical meat substitute? Gonna go ahead and clean my snooker cue? Okay.
That wouldn't be very sporting.
I feel like this chapter's weird in that it doesn't get much of, like, either Wallace or Gromit's personality, at least so far. I think it's done Wallace sturdier than Gromit.
Major? Can't step away from the chessboard.
So that's your favorite? No, dog chapter's easily the best of the 4 at this point.
My bishop.
Can I just, like, tweak it?
Fancy a game of golf, Mr. Panea?
Love to, but prickly protocol dictates that you may only challenge the chairman.
I got the golden key. Am I not the chairman now?
Tee-hee time, everybody. Time for a joke. Fella invites his new neighbor to join him for a round of golf. Neighbor's never played golf before.
Oh, yes. Awful decent. Very public-spirited.
Everything's fine till they get to the 7th hole, when the neighbor hits his ball into the bunker.
Wait, that's not a joke.
It, but can't get it out of the sand. You're not using the right club, says his friend. I haven't got it anymore, says the neighbor.
Hasn't got it? Why in heaven's name not?
'Cause you told me to eat me sandwich before we came out.
Sandwich!
The look on Wallace's face in reaction to that joke was just amazing. He's just like, I'm so upset. So... Oh, I see. That should be correct because it's a reflection in the mirror of this, right? Is that right? Because the clue seems to suggest that I want it at, like, 9 o'clock. And I think we're at... Yeah, we appear to be at 3. But, like, the music box has the clock mirrored. So, what does that mean? Now... Oh, what if I just turn the clock face out more? Does that do it? That might do it.
Now then, I wonder...
Man, that's needlessly pedantic. How is it getting bigger?
Crivens! He
Oh,
has found
Jingo.
it! He's found
It's
it!
the silver key.
Can you take the golf ball off the trophy and wash it? I don't think I can interact with any of the trophies. That is the sense I've gotten. If I had anything ball-shaped, I'd try to wash it. Please don't take that out of context. Well played. I'm glad that actually worked. I could easily see myself getting stuck on that, being super pedantic also.
I say, that face looks familiar.
Can I see how? Unless you were round about these parts 400 years ago. That there dusty old dowager is Duchess Flit. Her family owned much of the land hereabouts in those days. And that chappie sneaking out the back that were my great...
He's doing a crime!
Grandpa, Lord Rory McBiscuit. Come down for his holidays and missed the last coach back to Scotland.
I do see a slight resemblance.
Aye, he were a bonny lad, and a great one with the lassies. The Duchess couldn't get her fill of
Yeah,
it.
she looks really into it.
As you can see, he cared for nubbit mucking about in a golf course. 'Twas
What
Grandpa Rory
did you just say to me?
And what did Duchess Flint have to say about that?
Oh, threw her in a right rage, it did. Had her men seize the course by force. Aye, and that's when her troubles began.
Okay, so... Oh, that's interesting. I still have the tale of the bogeyman, despite the fact that I did the gold key puzzle. I don't know what that means. So... Only the man who has mastered the Ganges and made the impossible shot. I don't know what the impossible shot is. Will someone tell me what the impossible shot is? Is this the impossible shot?
Want to give it another shot?
Use the Ganges grip. I'm gonna go back to the police officer and have him show me the Ganges grip on a pool cue. And then see if that is the impossible shot. And maybe that's why Panera is just standing there doing it all day. Take me to town center.
Shouldn't you be sipping cocktails at this hour with all your new friends at the club, Wallace?
The constable's got plenty on his mind as it is. I think I've grasped it.
The Ganges grip?
Is it like this?
No. It's like this. First with your left hand, you... Oh, no, you don't.
I think he'll probably arrest the pool cue.
You want to see
Seems
the
likely, I'll give you
Ganges
that.
grip? I'll show you the blinking Ganges grip.
You just do a little telephone with the one hand, and then you stab the ground.
Happy now?
I don't understand how I'm supposed to translate that into, like, using it. Do I need to get him to take his gloves off so I can, like, fingerprint it? I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here. Hey, take the driver and cover it in nut butter?
Can't thank you enough for loosening me lips, love.
That's
I wonder,
unpleasant. Please don't say it like that.
Would you mind awfully if I dip the handle of my golf club into your sticky nut butter?
I beg your
Help you with
absolute pardon,
detective work,
Wallace.
help yourself. I want nothing more to do with the stuff.
That has to be the weirdest question I've ever heard anyone say. Okay. Oh, no, I get it. He'll take his hands out of the gloves, and if I put my hands in the gloves, then I'll just have the Genji's grip. Okay. It's very, very peculiar.
Now then, about the Ganges grip. I was wondering...
You're holding the blinking club upside down. Give me that. The trick is to... Hey, think you can steal me secrets, do you?
No, I'm not smart enough for that.
Take a gander at this. There now. Catch that, did you? What trick are you trying to pull, Wallace?
I can't help it if my nut butter is so sticky it's caused you a problem, sir.
Wallace. I haven't got time for all your shenanigans.
Much obliged, Constable.
Do you have the kinds of tech facilities for analyzing fingerprints? I mean, we're an inventor. We've made weirder stuff, probably. But I do think I've found my solution. Man, how do I get back there? I thought all of the cross... Okay, that's fine. Take me to the clubhouse. Let's keep it instead of a PG rating. Chris, but why? Tell me one thing that's gone wrong. I don't understand what you mean.
Crikey O'Reilly, this is most irregular.
Oh, the Ganges grip.
I told you, Paneer, there's no such...
By heavens, he's
porcelain key!
Talk about a hole-in-one.
Alright, time to open a painting.
Gold key, gold lock.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't pay attention to the fact that it's like not Wallace and Gromit.
Looks like a match.
Why does it keep hissing? Should I be concerned?
The porcelain key that will slide in the porcelain slot.
Wall isn't and Gromt. Maybe Gromit? Is Gromit close enough? The deed!
It's the deed.
We're all surprised, right?
Well, it appears to be genuine.
So you see, PC Plod, Prickly
Oh,
Thicket
dang.
has a wee golf course after all.
I see.
Aw, wee golf
But
course.
Where is this land exactly?
Well,
Yeah, that was a sick burn, right?
If you can't even establish that, gentlemen, I don't see how...
Gangway! Used to be in reconnaissance, don't you know? Dab hand at topography. Let me see now. Bit of a rise to the north, river bisecting the 11th fairway, grove of oaks to the west. Interesting.
What is it?
Naturally, some of the landmarks have disappeared in the intervening years, but if my guess is correct, the 18th green is located precisely on the spot of ground now known as...
62 West Wallaby Street.
Well, I'll be.
And it's not just my house that's in danger. If Chairman McBiscuit gets his way, the golf course will end up covering most of the...
But I'm still jiggered if I understand why you're playing golf through the middle of town.
No, that answers that question.
Tournament, I'll be named chairman of Prickly Thicket, Mrs. Gabberly. It's only the club chairman who can call off the wrecking ball.
Why is the chairman's tournament got to be played here?
Because of the thing I said earlier.
As the deed
Hold
shows,
two things in your mind at the same time,
we're
woman.
standing on the site of the original Prickly Thicket golf course. You see, it's all very logical if you've stopped to think about it.
Well, I would not go that far.
Biscuit sinks his butt, moving him to 20 under par.
But let's face it, Pat. You haven't a prayer.
Oh, I'm not chucking in the trilby just yet. I've still 2 holes to play, remember? And I've got one clear advantage.
It's time for that cheating I mentioned earlier.
A golfer ever had.
A trilby is a type of hat, which I know because there's a series of adventure games based on this concept. Ah, very good. My caddy is depicted on the cover art for the game.
Hey, Gromit, how'd you like to man the controls for a while, huh?
Get away with you. Give up now while you're still behind. Have you not been humiliated enough?
Not by half. Which way to the next tee?
Well, let's make things interesting at least. 2 holes left to play. The wee short hole starts here, and it ends right over there.
What a shot! All in one for Chairman McBiscuit.
So we have to get him to, like, go like 25 over par?
To the 18th tee.
The long hole starts right here.
Trilby hats for horse racing? That I could not tell.
By heck, what a Bobby Dazzler! Clean out of sight.
Hey, Panea, where's it going to come down then?
Let me see now. The 18th hole. Yes, that would be 62 West Wallaby Street.
Oh, yeah. Now, you can play the 2 holes in either order. Play them both at the same time if you like. First man
What's a Bobby Dazzler? Well, that would violate Crit Twitch's request that we remain PG, I think. I think it's an intimate act of sorts.
I accept.
Right then, afraid I haven't got time to hang around here and watch you muff your shots.
I also won't explain what muffing your shots is.
You'd best follow me back to the 18th green, Panea. You'll not want to miss commentating on my match-winning putt.
Now then, which hole shall we tackle first?
The one that's like 5 feet long?
Let's give the short hole a try. Oh dear, that's going to be a tough shot.
A spectacular shot, ladies and gentlemen. Spectacularly bad, that is. Straight into the sewer. Another stroke of misfortune for the underdog Wallace.
Well, hang on. What tools do I have access to here? Grills or to use... Hang on. Can I... Select missing page... How do I read it? I don't know what it... I don't know what it means or does.
Hey, no messing with me fan, Gromit. I need it to keep cool.
It's not even pointing at you, lady.
You can't make a decision to save his life, that one. Go help him choose a club, else we'll be here all night.
You don't need to... Why would you need to be here?
Nothing for it but to take the plunge, eh, lad? Not exactly a picnic in the garden, but at least it's dry down here, eh, Chuck? Now to locate the ball and chip it back out. Shouldn't be too difficult a task. Oh dear.
I need that mushroom killing spray that was mentioned earlier. Might as well turn this valve. I'm sure that'll break something. Okay. I like that I still have the Ganji's grip. Yeah, the pit's stuck so it never reaches her, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, why does she need it to be where she's at if it's not even doing anything? I'm gonna go see if I could get that anti-fungal spray. Don't take that out of context. I assume he's in the house?
And we're back.
Yeah.
Broadcasting live from the Prickly Thicket Chairman's Tournament here at beautiful 62 West Wallaby Street. If you're just joining us, I'm Mr. Paneer. I'm here with top-seeded player Duncan McBiscuit. We're on the green of the 18th hole. At least,
you wouldn't need to use the antifungal spray if you just used the ball cleaner. Listen, there's only so much we can take out of context. This is a family-friendly game, I'm assured by some source.
Well, I copied me notes straight from the old deed. 13 lengths southwest of the tree, it says. Maybe you're measuring with the wrong club.
There's only one official Prickly Thicket measuring club, and this is it.
Yes, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. The thrilling finale to a thrilling contest. Stay tuned and you won't want to miss a moment of the drama.
I think... So the idea is that I have to, like,
listeners,
make it so he keeps setting the ball in the wrong direction by changing the directions to the hole?
Please, Gromit, don't butt in on me broadcast.
You're not taking this measuring club. Not till I've found the hole and sunk my putt.
My mom is doing alright tonight. Well, I believe my brother is back as of today and leaves in the morning, so she's probably entertaining him, even though the kids are certainly down by now. I like how we went way out of our way to reestablish the fungal spray. What do I need that address? Does the hole end up being our mailbox and I can just mail the ball to it? Why is she still in your house? For a second I thought you meant my mom and I was really confused. I think just because we didn't want to, like,
You could reason with him, Gromit.
render this lady somewhere else.
You're just a dumb animal. He'll find golf is a deadly addiction. An affliction that will lead him to a dark and terrible place. But when he finally
Pittsburgh?
hits rock bottom, I shall run to his side.
Why are you so committed to this man all of a sudden?
My dear.
Thank you, great.
She's like really dedicated to this idea, even though she like wasn't sure she wanted to marry him in the first place.
I can't bear this weight much longer.
Patience, Felicity.
Perhaps I could turn the radio on, just for a moment.
Restrain yourself.
What? Why? What would the radio do?
Yes, ladies and gents, this could be it. We could be on the verge of the game-winning putt. If only Chairman McBiscuit can find the hole.
Turn that off.
I hear a lot of guys have that problem.
He's one of them too.
But some of us don't need a map to get to Bone
The
Town.
same, my dear.
McBiscuit is the reigning champ.
How do I get the antifungal spray from her?
Mushrooms?
There, my dear.
How do I get it?
It's only Gromit.
Hit with wrench. Mail to Abu Dhabi. Keep clicking outside the window. Maybe Gromit's presence will now eradicate the mushrooms. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but it could work. We do live in a cartoon. Use knife on crazy person. I don't have knife or even scissors anymore. I used them on that horrible puzzle at the start of the game. That was not a good puzzle. That was like a pixel hunt, like, layered on top of an already, like, really obtuse idea.
No progress on the golfing front, I'm afraid. Looking for a ball in this mushroom patch is like looking for a needle in the proverbial.
The proverbial what? Yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm just naturally killing the mushrooms. But apparently I can pick one up? The proverbial proverb. I bet you would learn an extra lesson from a proverbial proverb. Maybe if I now show her a loose mushroom, I can... So I can't switch that and make a mushroom killing ball? Okay. She seems to focus like a lot.
Mushrooms?
There.
Oh.
Mushrooms.
What in heaven's name?
Bad dog! Bad dog!
Well, I still have it. So... Yeah, I feel like this can't be good for Gromit, right? Like, it's just... It's upsetting that this is allowed to go on, but it's like, I don't... I would expect for her to, like, leave it on the table and for me to do some, like, shenanigans to, like, steal it from her, but, like, it's seeming more like I'm supposed to... So, like, I still have the mushroom that she sprayed.
I'm in the rough and no mistake.
Does that mean I can, like, use it to ward off other mushrooms? Does that mean I can... Actually, I should...
No progress on the...
So, like, let's hypothetically turn this valve back off. And then, what if I, like... plug this with a mushroom that, like, seems to have been sprayed with anti-mushroom technology? No, the nearest hitbox it wants to acknowledge is... the fan. The fan doing anything for me? No, I don't think so. I don't really understand... The mushroom puzzle feels like it's gonna be dangerously obtuse. I feel like everything to do with that woman is like a vague and unclear riddle.
A wrecking ball, they call it.
Why must it make the cursor disappear? Copy directly from Prickly Thicket Deed. The 18th and final flag of the golf course shall be found 13 grebels, or to use the unit of measure approved by our beloved founder Rory McBiscuit, the flag shall be found 1 length of the official measuring club southwest of the old oak tree. Squirrel's back, just in case anyone is worried. I really don't understand why I still have the mushroom, or what that would do for me. Can I put it like somewhere else in the room and make her get up and then like hit her hand with a wrench and like steal the mushroom spray?
Mushrooms?
There, my
Like
dear.
I get, like listen, I understand it's fungicide. Like that's not remotely unclear, but I don't...
No, thank you. I'm not hungry.
Oh! No fungus! Not in my presence!
I don't understand how this is actionable.
Stop that at once!
Naughty dog!
Can't combine inventory items, so like it shouldn't be the case that I would... Well, it's funny that like I think the first Telltale Wallace and Gromit had like a map you could use to fast travel, and like the wider they've made the scope of the game, like the more useful that is, but I don't believe I have an equivalent. Is there something at the clubhouse that I can use?
Weather remains excellent on this tournament day, clear and warm. No.
Love that the spray is just instant. It's dangerously strong. Can you wash it? Probably not.
Our champion hesitates.
There's the like ball for the final hole. I don't think I can just pick it up.
At 62 West Wallaby Street. Could it be the 18th hole? No such luck, I'm afraid. It's just a mole. So the search continues.
Kind of the realization you've
Tea
broken
time already?
2 of the casters through Daybreak 2.
So it is.
So-
So it is.
Has your game experience improved, anime? I don't know why I'd want it to be tea time, but I know this man will care about it.
Thank you, my good man. Here's something for your efforts.
Why am I allowed to do that? What can I do with the joke book? I wonder what I would be able to do with the joke book.
No distractions, please. This tournament requires my full attention.
You could go, like, watch it in person. It's not that far away. I do appreciate the teehee time bell. Is it finally time to tamper with the mail?
Oi! No tampering with Her Majesty's post boxes.
Yet. He forgot to say yet. Clearly, I should do that. Don't know what I expect golf jokes to do for me.
I say. How many golfers does it take to screw in a light bulb? 4. Afraid I don't get it, Pat.
Oh, you again, eh? Come closer, will you? Can you fetch a chisel for me? I'll give you a treat.
There's some mail on the ground for you. Some ground mail?
It's you. Looking for a policeman or a postman? I'm doing double duty.
Postman, please.
No letters for you today?
I mean, I clearly have the right idea about getting the ball mailed to my house without taking a stroke, but like... I don't really know... It's not, like, listen... This isn't like the worst adventure game I've ever played. It does feel like a pretty significant step down from, I think, all of the other Wallace and Gromit games. The first one was, like, pretty medium, but enjoyable. The two since then I thought were both pretty strong. There's some cool ideas here. It just feels like they weren't, like, workshopped enough.
See anything resembling a ball, lad? Besides mushrooms, I mean. I'll give it a
Not
shot.
Blackwell, so it's got that going for it. Yeah, that's true.
No use, I'm afraid.
What about the Ganges grip?
I'll give it a shot.
That ought to obliterate some mushrooms.
No use.
The fact that he makes that face is just ridiculous. I'm gonna turn this valve back on, but I don't know what that does for me. Like the thing, well, I don't know, let me try... Blackwell wouldn't have tee time. That's true. I still can't, like, use the mushroom.
Hey, no messing with me fan, Gromit. I need it to keep cool.
What if we just doused her in water from the fountain? Then she wouldn't need to keep cool. Can I just, like... This is like the laziest cheat I've ever seen in an adventure game. Oh no, I just possess both of the signs now for some reason. What if you reinstall the button that closes her shop? I don't know why that was there, and I'm sad that it's gone. I think part of the problem is that, like, I feel like the second and third ones did a pretty good job of, like, being about the story, where the puzzles were straightforward enough that you didn't feel like you were focused on those over the characters or the story, but they weren't so simple that you just completely blew past them. I mean, I'll give you that the third one's a little simplistic, but at least it's, like, really fun.
How's Duncan doing? Well, you can see for yourself.
He's got it in the bag.
He's got it in the bag. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Chairman McBiscuit has got it in the bag. Almost. How's Wallace doing? He's at about... He just... That's a good question. I'd better check on Wallace. Me listeners won't want to miss anything important.
I said, you're not taking this measuring club.
You think he's made of fungus and that we can, like, kill him that way? Wait, if we turn on the radio now that he is, like, in a sewer under town center, will it get reported that he's at rock bottom? Cyber Justice says, I wish I could do that face that Gromit does. Angrily nodding no in real life with the same face every time. Yeah, Gromit is a powerfully expressive boy.
And there's no polite way to say this. Down in the sewer, flailing about with his clubs in the filth.
Oh, she said she would be there if he was at rock bottom. She'll go there with her mushroom spray.
Down there.
Yes, it's happened. Just as I said it would. He's finally hit rock bottom.
And only I can save him, his angel of mercy.
God, I hate that she's right about that.
Addle-headed golfing fool.
Better go check on that whole situation.
Still, it's a beautiful day up here for the rest of us, ain't it? A beautiful day for a golf outing. This is Mr. Paneer, broadcast...
Oh, there you are, Gromit. Oh, no luck down here, I'm afraid. If only these pesky mushrooms hadn't...
Wallace!
It's Flint?
So it's true! You finally hit rock bottom! As great Aunt Prudence said you would! It had to happen, I know, but oh, so quickly! No matter, your angel of mercy has come for you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back into the
Oh, it's taking her a long time to notice mushrooms.
Wipe your burning brow and nurse you back to health. I'll surround you with flowers and music and
Mushrooms.
Elsevier, get me out of here.
Oh, you poor thing, you've had a fright.
I think we're gonna die of exposure to powerful fungicide.
Come up to flat, love. I'll fix you a nice cup of tea.
I'm not sure I know what to make of that, lad. Do you? Brassy shot, you think? No, not a brassy shot.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. The way her mouth moved during that shriek was pretty wild, huh?
But that's the club with the Ganges grip. I'll try anything in a pinch.
Pinch you. I need to
That
move the
sent it in
fan.
the right direction, at
And
least.
then the fan will
Too
push it
bad
into the
about
water.
gravity. Hmm.
And then the water... Where am I actually trying to get this again?
And what a tournament it's been. What a
Oh, like right
contest.
here.
Up and down, up and down. Of course, all the ups has been
Why do I need
Duncan's
this
and all the
mushroom then?
downs has been Wallace's.
Oh, she's helping her with the tea so I can move the fan now.
Always this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If I just turn it that way, then when it comes up, it'll go into the hole, yeah?
Now, which club?
Well, it's about time.
It's in the cup, ladies and gents. Wallace has sunk his ball.
Bringing his score down to just, let me see, 998 to 213, 235 over par.
See, no big deal.
Ain't over yet.
You know, Gromit, I think I'm starting to get the hang of this game.
A little late for that.
I'll take the controls now, lad.
Well, considering there's only one place to be.
Take a good, strong club to get me all the way to West Wallaby Street. Which one to choose?
I just need you to get it in the mailbox. How do I accomplish this task?
Ah, me blistering iron.
Or the policeman's door? Ooh, maybe. Ah, plan A.
Pity the flag isn't in the post box, eh, Gromit? Hmm. Got to play the ball from where it lies, I reckon.
Progress.
Oi, Gromit! Any sign of the ball yet, lad?
I suppose it'll be inside, right?
What the? Wallace's ball? Oh, no. This hallway ain't big enough for the both of us.
Hey, that
See
is
that?
completely and utterly against the conduct of golf, my friend. That ought to disqualify him outright.
Must a challenger hot on the heels of our champion. The action is becoming fast and furious here at 62 West Wallaby. How's Wallace doing? Listen to me commentary and you'll find out. He's still in the front garden, is Wallace? Still dithering?
Still dithering? How dare.
Whatever did she run off to? Off!
This lady doesn't like radio, eh?
Found the ball, lad. Now, which club to use? It'd help if I knew where the hole was.
So I have to get the measuring club still.
He appears to be. Yes, ladies and gents, Wallace is having a dither. Ah, me joke book. Oh, this is.
He's gonna laugh at the joke for long enough I can steal his club.
Might surprise you to hear it, but I'm a scratch golfer and all.
You? A scratch golfer?
That's right. I write down all me good scores and scratch off all the bad ones.
And scratch off all the bad ones!
Get dumpstered, it's tee-hee time, fool! Yoink. I'll just put that in my dog inventory. The look on his face is very good.
Blinky and Nora, the 18th hole.
Are we treating this as a race and not as golf? Like, do I win by nature of, like, finding the hole first? Please don't take that out of context again. Your dog inventory the same as the prison pocket? Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Oh, well, that's really hurtful.
Hey, drop that. Do something, Gromit.
He's absolutely covered in my nut butter. From earlier, I mean. Sound effect. So now that he already has something, he can't take it? Question mark?
Another try? All right.
What's this? You did it! He did it, ladies and gentlemen. Wallace has completed the 18th hole of the ancient but rediscovered prickly thicket course. And considering Chairman McBiscuit still hasn't even located the 18th hole, I hereby declare Wallace winner
That's
of the chairman's
extremely not how golf works. I cannot stress enough how badly that's not golf.
It's true, then. Indeed it is. The long reign of Duncan McBiscuit has come to an end. All hail Chairman Wallace!
Oh, no need to make a fuss on my account.
Oh, but there is.
If Duncan doesn't finish, he loses. Yeah, but if he ever, like, goes outside...
Beginning for prickly thicket.
He is also not, like, taking additional strokes, right? That would be the thing where I feel like you could get away with that.
That is... yes, I certainly hope so. As Gromit will attest, I've always been very... Gromit.
Eh?
No dogs allowed in the club, lad. You'll have
Oh god,
to
it's
wait
like that
outside.
awful...
Now,
No dogs
as
allowed.
chairman, 3 trumpets for all. No, Major Crumb. My first official act will be to tear up old Roaring McBiscuit's deed and to save West Wallaby Street from the bulldozer.
Wait.
Of course, jolly good.
But then the club gets closed down. You're aware of that, right?
Where is he? Where is that wee boggin' bombwatch?
You mean Chairman Wallace? He's around the corner, tearing up the deed.
He cannot do that.
Oh, but he can. Tournament's over, and he won it fair and square.
Nothing about that was fair or square.
Sudden death round.
Sudden death?
Aye, the round where I make sure he meets a sudden death.
Well, that seems on par with the degree of fairness we've been adhering to thus far.
In the name of the law, I hereby serve notice for immediate closure.
Aye, again, for violation of local bylaw number 682, which prohibits the feeding of Polyporus pilus, commonly known as the ball-shaped mushroom Tuscurus calinensis, or your common garden grey squirrel. And as the offence took place on prickly thicket property, I've no choice but to...
Lock it up, knock it down, and bury the remains, and we're here to see you do your duty.
That's right. Prickly
Almost as though no one's read the town bylaws, like in Once Upon a Time. It's overall unfair and convoluted. Yeah, that's this last chapter in a nut butter shell. Game was falling apart. Yeah, wasn't exactly all together in the first place, though.
Miss anything important? Have I?
Well, I haven't actually done...
He hasn't done the deed, if you understand.
We're packed like a pressure cooker full of sardines, and I wanted to discuss our options before...
Discuss? Poppycock, are you a waffler or a leader, Wallace?
Probably a waffler if I had to, like, pick one. Those are, like, my options.
Wafflers waffle. Leaders act.
Yeah, like, waffles are good, right? Like, I feel like I'm a waffler.
It's a trap.
Thanks, Admiral Akbar.
Everything's under control. I'm sure there's a simple way to deactivate the lock.
Closing it back through with sand? But, like, there's a grating. Like, it can't possibly, like, fill the room.
No need to panic. I have an idea. But to put it into effect, I'll need to shift over to the window. Constable Dibbins, would it be possible for you to shift over a bit?
Neither possible nor permissible under current building regulations.
We in a tomb all of a sudden? Apparently we found a sand trap, and we took it very literally.
Major Crumb, could you slide into the empty space?
Flanking maneuver, eh? Brilliant strategy.
Oh god, it is a sliding puzzle.
Constable Dibbins, if you
God, having him politely address everyone before every move is going to be, like, insanely annoying.
And I'm ordering myself to move over.
Sliding puzzles are, like, not great to begin
We
with.
could have avoided this outcome if you'd have chose a different candidate for membership.
You're in the club now, ain't you? Satisfied?
Keep your distance, young man.
Can I not ever move myself?
To allow it.
I don't... What do you mean you refuse to allow it? I'm like a grown... I'm an adult.
Distance.
I'm not even, like, moving next to you. How are you able to prohibit this?
Could you...
Ooh, I'll have a go.
Move with the keyboard? Probably not. Oh, you mean... Oh, maybe.
Say no more.
No, apparently trying to move right now switches my mouse cursor to the Genji's grip, which is weirdly specific.
Now, Miss Flit, if you could simply shift your weight, into the empty space.
This is intolerable.
Miss Flit, I wonder if you could just wiggle over.
Pardon?
Into the empty space.
Oh.
Mr. Paneer, if you wouldn't mind sliding over.
Like this?
Pardon me, Mr. McBiscuit. Could you perhaps shift your weight over a bit?
I'd like to shift my fist onto your hooter for getting us into this screen.
I beg your pardon?
Please.
Please don't speak about my hooters in mixed company, sir. That's very rude. Neko, can you translate hooter from British into to like American English?
Not feasible at present.
Major Crumb?
One step ahead of you, Wallace.
That's it. Move into striking range.
Can someone explain to me?
Come a little closer. I want to give you a hug.
Constable Tibbins?
Perhaps I will. Perhaps I won't.
Miss Flit?
Hello, Felicity.
Duncan?
Why'd you do it, Felicity? Why'd you want to throw me over for a numpty like Wallace?
I'm not interested in Wallace anymore. I'm not interested in any man who golfs.
But I'd have given it up for you, lassie.
The game is not having a good time trying to render him looking at
The
her.
moment you first brushed me off, I kenned you were the one for me. I tried to put my feelings into rhyme, but I'm nae good with words.
Your eyes are as deep as the murkiest loch. Your teeth are as straight as Blackpool Rock.
You remember it?
Of course I did. Your eyes aren't too shabby either.
And why did you agree to marry Wallace? Oh my god.
Now, Mr. Paneer, if you
Move over, I know.
Mr. McBiscuit?
Shit your gaggy, I'm shifting.
I'm gonna try something.
Miss Flit?
What an impertinence!
She does not have a dialogue with him, huh?
Miss Flit, I know it's tricky, but if you could just move.
Chance will be a fine thing, young man.
I was not clicking you.
Hate to bring it up at a time like this, Mr. Paneer, but there is an outstanding balance on that putting magazine.
I can't reach my wallet at the moment, Mrs. Gabberly.
Course you can't, love. We can settle up later.
Oh my god, I was finally able to move. What on earth? Why? God, a sliding puzzle is bad enough. A sliding puzzle with, like, arbitrary rules where, like, you can't move the individual pieces sucks.
Mr.
What? Move where?
Also, their hitboxes are not, like,
I
amazing.
refuse to allow it. I would.
You have to engage all the dialogues. I mean, I can skip through them, but, like, it's still, like, a bunch of dialogue to skip. I don't know. Someone decided that the game wasn't long enough and was like, how do I make it, like, a lot longer for some reason?
Move into...
Alright, I'll keep cycling everyone until everyone who hates me is slightly further away, I guess. This is just, like, I mean, I'm not a fan of a sliding puzzle in general, but, like, this is genuinely a really ill-conceived sliding puzzle as far as I'm concerned.
And here we are. Oh, much obliged, everyone. Now I can put
He's
my
just gonna
back
yell for
to the
Gromit,
deck.
right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense so you can move around in the same. God, it's even worse. Like, I knew it was gonna be a stupid joke, so it was like way too much setup for the payoff. Yeah, it's like adding a maze for padding. It's very similar. What? What? Why is it like this? Why is it like this here? Why do it be like that? Jiggle the butler! Jiggle him! Oh, this sucks. This is bad. Cause like I can't like access my inventory to like do anything. Oh, this is not good. This is bad.
What's going on out there, Gromit?
I honestly could not tell you. This is bad form. This is very similar in nature to the thing that got me like really riled up back in Life is Strange. That awful puzzle where like you have like a really limited time to act and then it like burns a bunch of time like resetting the puzzle and then like yelling at you for like not doing it in like 4 seconds. Like that's exactly what we're doing right now and it sucks. Like I typically think that any puzzle that gives you like so little time to think that you can't even like interact or try anything is like a heinous crime against adventure games. Like I can't even like it's also like not great that they just yell constantly in a loop. This is absolutely like torturous. How did I? Oh God.
Help! Somebody! We're trapped! Trapped! Ooh!
Oh my God, it's so bad. Also, like,
Taking you so long, lad.
I like literally can't even try anything. Like, what do you want me to do?
Lend a hand, lad. Shift a pull.
God, the hitboxes are all like wonked up too. I want tea time.
Get us out of here.
Take the tea?
What's going on out there, Gromit?
So in order to send him back, you have to put something on the tray.
Help! Get us out of here! Help! Help, I say! Help! Help! Please, help!
Help! I'm trapped. I can't move my arms at all. Will you? No, not. Help! Please.
This is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I really dislike this a lot. This is doing like a lot of things that I like strongly dislike.
Gromit! Help! Help anybody! Anyone there?
Help! Help! What an
The fact that like even opening your inventory just like puts you in like this fail state with like a looping animation.
Way too long
It's just like really criminal.
We need some help. Will someone get us out of here? We're suffocating in here.
Oh,
I don't know what I would do with that. What would I do with that?
oh, what a carry-on, what a kerfuffle. I say, oh, help, help.
Can stand on the right side by the clock. Yeah, and you know what I can't do? Reach anything that solves the puzzle from there. So I must endure suffering. What if I detached the butler? Really? That feels like that's like an idea that makes a lot of sense, to be honest with you.
What's taking you so long, lad?
If the goal of this section of this game is to make you feel the emotional struggle of Gromit, who's like, why don't you just save yourself for once, Wallace? It is accomplishing that quite well. Like, okay, I managed to obtain the ball washer. I don't know what that does for me. Actually, wait a minute. Can I... Give me this. Can I put the tea back on the tray? What the... What? Hold on. I'm gonna make it tea time. Alright, so that just doesn't do anything. Hey, Gothrap Wendy After, that's a fun name. Welcome to the stream. We are playing Wallace and Gromit. We are at a bit of a stressful juncture here. You know, I would have thought I could do that. I can't even put the tea back on the tray. How about some golf jokes? You're from the UK and you don't love Wallace and Gromit, you're lame. That's true. I mean, I feel like you, like... Yeah, I think there's a higher expectation if you're from the UK that you must like them, but like I feel like you're kind of lame if you don't like Wallace and Gromit no matter where you're from. What would the tea do for me? Put out the fire maybe? I don't know. It does kind of suck here.
Help! Is anybody there? Somebody help us, please! Gromit! Help! Help anybody! Anyone there?
Help! Help! We're in a terrible situation.
So if I stop the pendulum that does something?
Help us, please! Help!
Help! Will someone open this door?
Yeah, the clock itself doesn't have a hitbox, but I can tamper with the pendulum. I can cover it in tea. I retrieve the golf club. I might be able to.
What's taking you so long, lad? Lend a hand, lad.
Don't know that I fully understand. The ball washer still doesn't feel like it's contributing anything useful. Yes, this is a Telltale game. This one came... These... Wallace and Gromit ones came out in, like... 2009 or something? 2008? Yeah, so it's one of the early ones. This is the last one in their series. It's my least favorite, but... You know, you still got Wallace and Gromit, so it has that going for it. I just, like, don't, like, understand, like, what it wants from me.
What's going on out there, Gromit?
Help! Get us out of here! Help!
How will I know if I have everything I need from in here if I don't really know what type of problem I'm trying to solve? I have to get over to the boiler, probably. Your favorites from this era were Back to the Future and Sam and Max. Well, you're in good company, because those are my favorites as well. We just finished playing through all the Telltale Sam and Max games a couple months back, and that's why I was like, you know what? I never got around to playing this when it first came out. Let's play Wallace and Gromit.
Help! Help! We're in a terrible situation here! Will somebody help?
God, what a just absolutely dreadful loop to be on.
Help! Will someone open this door? We need some help! Will someone get it out of here? We're suffocating in here!
Oh, the help! I say! Oh dear! Oh, what a carry-on! What a kerfuffle! I say! Oh, help! Help! Somebody!
Never had the chance to play. I don't actually know if you can still buy this. I got this a while ago when Telltale sort of went under as a company, because someone made the valid point online, like, no one really knows what's going to happen to those games because of the intellectual property deals. Like, maybe get as many of those as you can. Oh. But wait, how can I do both of those things? I think you can buy the re-release. Did they re-release these? I've been playing the original versions. I don't think I was ever aware that Wallace and Gromit did re-release. So wait, how would I be able to get over here to ring the tea time bell, to drop a teacup for the golf club to hit it if I need the golf club in? How do I manage that? I feel like they should remaster it like they did with Sam and Max. They probably should, but like the reason they ended up doing that with Sam and Max is because like I think like a bunch of the people who worked on Sam and Max like bought the rights to the game so they could remaster it, because it was like originally their project. It's something along those lines. So I don't really want the butler to move back, but like how would I...
Help, I say! Help! Help! Please, help!
Help! I'm trapped! I can't move my arms at all! Will you... No! Not... Help! Please!
Ooh, maybe I could use the ball washer instead. It is tallish. No? Really? That seemed like a really good idea. The game says no. Can you remove the golf club from inside the choppers? I don't think so, but also I then wouldn't be able to put it where it needs to go, so that wouldn't help.
Will someone open this door? We need some help. Will someone get it out of here? We're suffocating.
Wrench? Can I use the wrench?
Oh, the help! I say! Oh dear!
Do I have something I could like throw at the bell?
Help! Somebody! We're trapped!
Oh Lord. Most of the old Telltale games are playable aside from Back to the Future. That's interesting.
Lend a hand, lad! Shift a pull!
Yeah, why don't you all push harder? It will help. That's how this works. Can I put the tea that I have down? That's a good question.
Help!
No. Maybe I'm on the wrong track then? On the carpet? Probably not. That seems unlikely. It seems like if the game wants it to come from the carpet, then I should do it the stupid way that's hard. If you ring the other bell, maybe the butler will knock the tea time bell on his way back. But I don't think that helps. Also, can I reach... I can't reach any bells without, like... I like can't get off the treadmill, so I can't ring the TEE time bell. But if I have the golf club attached to the clock, then I can't get through the chomping gate, which is where both of the other bells are. This is like not great.
Help! Help! Is anybody there? Somebody help us, please! Gromit! Help! Help anybody! Anyone there?
Help! Help! We're in a terrible situation here! Will somebody help us, please?
Oh yeah, if the voice lines were not constantly going, this would be downgraded from like absolute like incredibly frustrating to like just kind of a not great puzzle, but like they will not stop. They have absolutely no chill. And since you weren't here from the start of this puzzle, Wendy Afton, you start on this like treadmill, and every time until you like figure out there's a really narrow space you can like stand still. If you get to the back, it just bops you to the front, and then like back again like pretty quickly. So like there's a lot going on that's like not particularly fun. Like maybe the worst part, and I'll grant you there's a lot of worse parts going on, is that like I honestly still don't really know what I'm trying to do. Is it possible that while it's already propped open, I could use the ball? Okay. Maybe letting them die wouldn't be so bad. I mean, we could have saved some time if they just would have let me have knife in the first place. I also, like, it bothers me that, like, the snooker cue, like, I just can't pick it up for, like, no adequately explained reason, because I could then use that to block the gate and do what I want to do. Want a hint? At this point, I would say, yeah, I think I want a hint, because, like, I'm not getting any younger, and it's not, like, great. That bell, use an item. I mean, I already kind of tried that in multiple capacities.
Get us out of here! Help! Help, I say! Help! Help! Please, help!
Help! I'm trapped! I can't move my arms at all!
Hi.
Will you... No! Not... Help! Please!
Help! Help! It's Mr. Paneer here! Please help us! We can't get out!
Help! Help! Is anybody there? Somebody help us, please! Gromit! Help! Help anybody! Anyone there?
Help! Help! We're in a terrible situation here! Will somebody help us, please? Help!
Help! Will someone open this door?
Yeah, I mean, the game does not make a distinction between, like, rope for tea time bell and tea time bell, so if one of my items would, like, work with it, it would probably just work with it. It's my understanding.
What a carry-on, what a kerfuffle. I say, oh, help!
You can attach the ball washer to the bell cord so it consistently rings. Ooh. Ooh.
What's taking you so long, lad?
That's unhinged, but okay.
Lend a hand, lad.
So I guess what we're about to do is just like haphazardly knock a bunch of teacups into the paintings, which will fling them towards the boiler, and if enough tea gets in there, the fire stops and all the widgets stop. I feel like you'd be hard-pressed to actually get a significant quantity of tea over there. It's flinging all over the place. I was really enjoying a moment without like a bunch of noise and they're still screaming. Yeah, like, listen, for my money, that's some like pretty serious moon logic. Like, that's...
What's going on out there, Gromit? Phew. Thanks, lad. Close friends are a fine thing, but that was a bit too close.
How did they, like, get out? The Santa just gone.
Clubs is a mystery to me.
Then you meant what you said in there about quitting Prickly Thicket.
For you, my little sprig of healing
Just a
heather.
second, Felicity. I don't think I've been introduced to this young man.
Romantic.
This says that was perhaps the most painful video game experience I've ever had. That's saying something.
Reminds me of the good old days.
It wasn't great.
You know, Constable Dibbins, I hear on Grapevine there may be another, opening at Prickly Thicket.
And I've heard a certain grocery shop may be reopening soon, too.
Well, old chum, I'd say Golden Retrieval's first professional...
I forgot that this was allegedly under the guise of us doing, like, a shenanigan.
This is rather awkward for me to say. I mean, I know your feelings about me.
Oh, you do?
Felicity,
See,
please leave.
In the heat of adversity, I've discovered that my heart belongs to another.
Ah, righto.
So, please, don't say anything to prolong our agony.
What if I and, like, 7 of my closest acquaintances just scream for, like, 20 minutes?
By heck, lad, that's 2 close shaves in one afternoon. I don't know about...
I've seen closer.
Murder a copper. Oops, hang on, just a sec. Time for some cheese, methinks, Gromit. What do you fancy, lad? Edam or Wensleydale?
Oh, brother, that one was a little rough. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the first 3 were all great. The first one, I think, like, mechanically sort of okay, but, like, really strongly gets the Wallace and Gromit feel across. I mean, honestly, like, even that ending sequence, like, doesn't, in my opinion, capture the spirit of Wallace and Gromit the way the other 3 did, with, like, a chase and some sort of alleged villain and whatever. Like, the third one was, like, so strong, I didn't expect this one to beat it, but, like, man, this, in a lot of ways, this feels like it would be, like, the first one in the series. Like, it's just, like, trying some stuff out, and it's really rough around the edges. I'm guessing that by the nature of, like, the episodic release schedule that Telltale had back in the day, that, like, this one kind of got done under, like, a time crunch, and we didn't polish everything, but, like, I don't know. The parts just, like, didn't really, like, work together for me the way I had hoped for. I mean, I'm really glad that we got the third episode as strong as it was. Because, like, even with this sort of, like, here is, like, a... Like... I still feel like we reached sort of, like, a pinnacle of what I feel like we could hope for from, like, Wallace and Gromit game. Didn't have high hopes, so like this one would be about golf. I mean, I wasn't excited for that in the sense that, like, if we got lost in the weeds with, like, golf, like, terminology or ideas or something, that, like, I thought the puzzles might get kind of crummy. And, like, that sort of happens, but, like, that wasn't really my concern in the end. Like, that wasn't the thing that I think let this down the most. It's just like, yeah, I don't, like, the puzzles, like, the puzzles were consistently pretty weak. The character moments and story weren't especially strong. The movies and TV series were good. The games were quite memorable. I know there's, like, other Wallace and Gromit games that I've sort of discovered by nature of, like, trying to, like, flag a category on Twitch, and, like, it lists, like, 3 others. Just, like, one for Curse of the Were-Rabbit, one that has kind of a similar name to the Grand Adventures, which is the Telltale series, and then like something else. As I was saying at the start of the stream, I did finally get around to just like rewatching everything before playing the last chapter. Everything except Curse of the Were-Rabbit, I think. And I like the new one. It's the only one that hasn't felt like a Wallace and Gromit adventure. Wallace didn't even invent anything. No fun adventures. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, like, we had the eavesdropper or whatever, but, like, it didn't do very much. Like, that easily could have been, you know, I like to say, like, that could have been a cutscene, but, like, it literally could have been. Like, Gromit could have just, like, overheard them from Felicity's doorway or whatever. Like, we didn't have to do anything clever with the eavesdropper. And it didn't help much. And then, like, the clue detector didn't make a lick of sense. It was like a big, like, old-timey radio microphone that, like, was allegedly a metal detector, but only found pieces of paper. Like, and, like, yeah, I mean, I think part of it is, like, you know, even though they haven't always been, like, the most intuitive, like, the trial and error of, like, messing with the wonky gadgets and the sort of chase scenes at the end of these has been a lot of fun, and that feels like it's in the spirit of, like, a Wallace and Gromit short or whatever, is, like, you know, these very cartoonish sort of shenanigans eventually leading to the defeat or capture of some cartoonish villain. Like, I feel like that's something that they had consistently done well up until this last one, when, like, it didn't stand, like, that last sequence I didn't feel like stood on its own as, like, a reasonable puzzle situation, or as, like, a particularly good, like, narrative closure of, like, let's finish with, like, a very quintessential Wallace and Gromit kind of confrontation. It just, it feels like we phoned it in, like, basically all ways. I mean, that said, like, it's fine. Like, it's definitely not my favorite, like, taking this chapter as its own sort of self-contained, like, adventure game. Like, it's far from my favorite, but I've definitely played worse. I do feel like some of the puzzles are, like, wonky enough that, like, a walkthrough is strongly encouraged, if not required. Any, like, final Marvel-style post-credits? We got one at one point. Like, it's also kind of brutal that, like, we didn't make particularly good use of the golf pun, right? Like, I feel like you could definitely do something with, like, Wallace and Gromit and the Bogey Man, where, but, like, there's just so many, like, goofy things in this chapter that didn't work. Like, the idea that, like, the most expedient way to, like, convince someone that you're good at golf is to, like, crudely cut out, like, a newsprint photo of yourself and put it on the cover of a magazine that's inexplicably, like, hidden where it's difficult to find it. It's like, that feels like it's, like, against the spirit of, like, a standard adventure game puzzle. I feel like I would expect to have, like, a series of tasks that are like, well, a good golfer would be like A, B, and C, and then you, like, demonstrate those things, and then you get the nomination, and then Felicity, like, finds out about it. And also, like, there was just, like, a lot of, like, automatically repeating dialogue throughout. I mean, it was, like, especially egregious there at the end, but there were, like, multiple things where, like, every time you walked into a room, like, characters would just, like, talk incessantly. And I feel like it took all the air out of the room, out of, like, you weren't able to, like, interact with the characters and get, like, fun quips and stuff like you would at, like, the fair in the previous one. Like, it was just kind of full of filler. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's not the worst adventure game I've played. It's definitely disappointing compared to the other three. A little bit of a downer of a note to end that series on, but, like, it was a fun enough way to pass the time, and I still come away from the series being, like, very glad that I played it and thinking that there's a lot of good here. I mean, I think for me, easily the ranking is not close. Bogeyman is the worst. The Fright of the Bumblebees is next. Then what is the something holiday? Last Holiday? And then Muzzled. Muzzled's the best one. Yeah, 4, 1, 2, 3. I mean, like, they were getting progressively better, and like in a significant way too. Like the second one I thought was a lot better than the first, and the third one I thought was like exceptional, and then the fourth one just like disappointing. But like I'm glad we did this. This was like a fun series to do, and I'm glad that people were enjoying these throughout. Feel sad that you missed half of the third one. Well, here's the great thing about that, Neko, is that you can always find these uploads on YouTube. Almost always within, a few days of the stream's air date. Like, this and Friday will probably be up by Tuesday. Maybe Monday if we're lucky. It kind of just depends on how life's going. But even these days, I'm usually getting it up by Tuesday. I mean, at least this one had a lot of innuendo going for it. Do you mind if I just, like, dip the handle of my golf club in your sticky nut butter? I feel like people get in trouble for asking that sort of thing. Yeah, I feel like I want to, like, sneak a positive comment in there, but, like, I feel like I've already sort of put it out there. I'm just like, I like the other ones a lot. This one doesn't really stand on its own merits, but like, it's fine. Sad to see it decline, just like Telltale. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Like, the Telltale model was tricky. Like, it started out of necessity, but then became kind of a signature thing, and I think they continued to lean on it to leverage the faith people had in the company for the type of storytelling they were doing to offset the production cost of these games while they continued to work through them. But making a game as you go with like a really hard deadline is pretty regularly, I think, gonna like put you in a tight spot at the end. And I can't exactly blame them for not managing to like knock it out of the park with the last one under those conditions, but it doesn't make it any less disappointing that like it's so much less exciting than the previous ones. That said, at some point this year, I think it's likely that we'll check out the Telltale Expanse. I'm still working on rewatching the series, trying to get through. I'm like most of the way towards season 3, and I think it's only the first 3 seasons that are threatened to be pulled for whatever weird agreement is going on. So, like, hopefully we'll get a look at, like, what Telltale is doing now that they have in some way recongregated. Really just like the interactive TV series games. I honestly haven't played as many of those. I played a little bit of Walking Dead and thought it was like fine but not amazing, but I never finished playing through those. I only tried like 1 or 2 episodes. I think I played like a demo of the Game of Thrones one, which I frequently forget even existed in the first place. I played like 1 chapter of the Borderlands one. Oh yeah, the Batman ones were actually like pretty good. They weren't like amazing. Yeah, there was a Game of Thrones one that I think like was all like super ancillary characters. Like it wasn't any of your favorites from the TV show, is my understanding. They like either made up like a house within the world of Game of Thrones, or it was like a really obscure one from the books or something. And then you just like follow those characters in like a low fantasy setting. I haven't heard much about it. I remember not being super impressed with the demo that I played, but like I don't think I was ever the biggest Game of Thrones fan, but like they sure lost me with the end of the TV series. I mean, I know it's in vogue to like hate on the end of that series, but like as someone who like went to college for like TV writing, I genuinely find the end of that show offensive for like so many reasons. You finished Telltale Borderlands and it was mid as heck. Mid as heck is probably a fair assessment of how I came away feeling from the first chapter I played. It was not terrible. It was not close to terrible. But like it didn't grab me, or I think I would have just played through the rest of them. Someone had like requested that I stream that for their birthday like years ago, and I was like, sure, I like Telltale games. And I think it was like while I was in the middle of doing another game and just like didn't come back to it, but like maybe I will at some point. But yeah. I don't know. It bums me out that like I complete that game and I'm just sort of like, yeah, that happened. But like, I don't know. I did still mostly have fun playing through that. And there's more to do. I don't know. It's feeling like maybe next weekend. I suppose the place to start is to like see if the root trees are dead, which was like the other recent release that's like kind of high on my to-do list. Like maybe we do that next Friday and see if it's any good, and if we're still into the concept, just carry that into Saturday out of convenience. Or we could like fill in with some Balatro or something. But I feel like once we sort of establish what the game was like, people sort of got their fill of it and either are playing on their own or not interested, which is fine. But I think that's tentatively the schedule. So next Friday, we'll start with Root Trees, see how that goes, and move on from there. Not looking likely that we'll pick up any more of my side. I mean, like, the people who were watching last night didn't seem much more jazzed about it than I was, and I was, like, pretty on the fence about continuing to go with it. Yeah, open other suggestions. I mean, it's a little while before 100-Yard Fantasy Club or whatever comes out. Still not sure if people are into that. But I guess we'll leave it there. I do have something I want to get done in the morning, so I don't want to stay up too terribly late. But before we can close up the stream, of course, behold the room and its many plush friends. Somewhere I've hidden some number of Squirtles. If you are able to locate a secret Squirtle, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. So I encourage you to take a moment and look around you, and look around me, and see if you can find where I've hidden a Squirtle. Oh, thank you for the follow, Wendy Afton. It's been nice having you here. Thank you so much for dropping by. Sorry you caught us at the chaotic tail end of that game, but I'm glad that we could share some appreciation for Wallace and Gromit in general. Has anyone else watched Murder Most Foul yet? At least in the States, it's on Netflix. I don't know. I sometimes those are on different platforms in other countries, so I can't say that for certain. But like, yeah, the tail end, I mean, that was like one of the poorest moments you could pick from that entire series to focus on, which is why it's like, I think part of my frustration in this moment is like, it would be bad enough if like that was like the last puzzle and it was bad, but then like I feel like we also like rushed pretty hard to the conclusion, so we didn't get like a real fun moment of levity to like cash in on our like last moments playing Wallace and Gromit with Telltale, you know? Yeah, I think I might rank it a little higher than that, but I think that's a pretty fair assessment. Demolition Vengeance Most Foul was good enough and enjoyable overall. I would say that there are definitely memes in it. I really like the captcha joke. There's some good callbacks to just like the nature of Feathers McGraw. There's like a couple catchphrases thrown in. There's a really good joke I like where one character delivers exactly 2 lines of dialogue, but it's actually just one line of dialogue said differently. Like that I thought was really clever. And I won't say anything more about it because I'll let you discover it if you haven't already watched it, but like that made me really happy. It just like came out of nowhere, and at first it's like, that was like a weird moment, and then it comes back around. It's like, oh, I understand. I see what you did there. That felt like a very Wallace and Gromit kind of joke. Okay, so some Squirtle guesses. Behind Conductor Bear, Carlos. Which character? I mean, I don't know their name, and also I don't want to spoil it. But that's enough of a hint, I guess, that I wouldn't be able to name them if I could. All right, so I see mostly 2 guesses. So we'll start with Bear. It was actually really difficult to get that bear to sit on top of that train. And part of the reason is because it was a Jigglypuff hiding there and not a Squirtle. Our good buddy Carlos, who is Clawsome, he's got his own emote in chat. He was hiding Hans the Porcupine, who is also not a Squirtle. And I saw a last-minute guest sneak in behind Boob the Reverse Boo Ghost. But alas, that's also not a Squirtle. That's one of our Valentine's friends, Bravo the Hamster. So I'll let you in on the secret. There weren't that many guesses at the end of last night, so I don't know that anyone was able to piece together the fact that there was like a theme in play. I had yesterday put Squirtles behind all of the friends who had words written on them, like Boo. And then today I just did the opposite of that. So there are Squirtles hiding in all of the places where someone doesn't have something written on them. For example, under this Litwick and behind this Triceratops, who is vaguely Valentine's Day themed because he's got a bunch of hearts on him. It wasn't there yesterday, so you wouldn't know. I mean, I think we only had 2 guesses, and it was like Carlos and Boo Ghost, I think. It was tricky. Anyway, I don't think I'd ever done something like that. I thought that was a fun idea. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Like I said, I think the plan for next week is we'll start playing The Root Trees Are Dead. It's a mystery where you try to piece together clues about like a family line. I think you're trying to figure out how everyone's related and what happened to all of them. And then we'll see if that's any good and probably continue it into Saturday if we're having fun with it. And then if not, we'll probably just like throw in Balatro out of convenience or something. But we'll figure that out next week. Hopefully that'll be a good time. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and remember that you are Clawsome.